All right, welcome everyone to FSL Valorant Open 4. So today we have some exciting announcements to make because there are some changes with FSL Valorant Open. So the big announcement that we want to share, which is on the FSL socials, if you're not following, please do drop a follow on that, is that FSL is now part of VCT Game Changers Southeast Asia. So VCT Game Changers, we'll talk about it in a bit, but there will be a format change as well for the whole of FSL. So FSL will now will now accommodate more teams. FSL Open and will now accommodate more teams to the FSL Elite as well. So FSL Open will still be the same. It will still be a monthly open tournament with leaderboard standings. So the teams that have been accumulating circuit points since FSL Valorant Open 1 will still be accumulating the same amount of points. It's still the same circuit towards Open 6. Now, these teams will be playing for a prize pool of now $5,000 for the FSL Open, in which three top teams in the circuit will proceed to FSL Elite. FSL Open Overtime will feature the 4th to 19th place on the leaderboard, and then they will be fighting for another 3 slots to the FSL Elite. And FSL Wildcard will now feature 2 teams that will reach the FSL Elite stage. So Open Overtime, Open used to have only 2 slots, now it's 3. Open Overtime used to have 1 slot, now upgraded to 3 slot, and FSL Wildcard, which only had 1 slot as well, will now be upgraded to 2 slots. So for a total of 8 teams for FSL Elite, which will be held in October. Now, from 4 to 8 slots, we were able to double the amount of teams that can join the FSL Elite, and this is really exciting because VCT Game Changers, if you haven't read about it, is supplementary to the main VCT tournament. VCT Game Changers is for the women and other marginalized genders within the Valorant esports ecosystem, and they are welcome to join and participate. And we've actually had a lot of signups for this time around. 49 teams that played in the group stages. Now we're at the playoffs. We're at the top 8 teams. I am KeyCast, and of course with me is Illustrado. We are going to be casting the 8 teams that you see in front of you right now. So 2 teams each from groups A to D. The Impaler, Galaxy Racer in Group A, Oasis Gaming Aqua, and Kid My Orc for Group B, Arikat Arista and Alter Ego Celeste for Group C, Dynasty Arise and Asteria for Group D. So these are very familiar names if you've been following FSL Opens 1 to 3. And of course, I believe Dynasty Arise is probably the one that we're actually seeing come into play here. That's someone new coming into play in the playoffs. So I hope you guys are having a great week. It's a Thursday evening right now, and thank you for joining us here. And we're very excited today because we have 2 great teams facing off today between Galaxy Racer and Asteria. So Illustrado, maybe you could give us a little bit of an intro for Galaxy Racer first.
Yeah, so again, thank you everybody for joining us. You know, Galaxy Racer, you mentioned them. They're one of the teams that are sort of newly formed together. Not exactly been in the FSL circuit for quite a while, but definitely now. I personally know a lot of these players, and you know, they have been playing together professionally for quite a while. The most recent addition, is Trix, who is you know, one of the strongest female players, not just in the country, in the Philippines, but you know, as well as in the region. They, as a team, made quite the strides, actually, historically speaking, going from the WESG in CS. And they actually won that title to represent, you know, not just the country, but also the region to the, you know, the World Championships. However, they fell short there. Now, this is the first time that we're seeing them really wrapped and put together in this new version, this new iteration of their team here in Valorant. But again, they're going to be so exciting to watch because these guys, they can be contenders. If anyone can take the fight to, you know, the favorites here in FSL, it's got to be Galaxy Racer, and I'm pegging them as one of my dark horses coming into this one, Key.
Yeah, well, I've been told, at least my previous casting partner told me that I have a bit of a bias towards the Filipino teams, and Galaxy Racer is definitely my favorite Filipino team coming into this tournament. And the other team, however, Asteria, is an interesting mix of teams, of players, actually. 4 players from India, 1 from Pakistan, and 1 from Australia as well. So these women are actually banding together and forming their own squad. They're actually playing on really high ping. So sometimes you'll see them with 100+ ping. Australia sometimes reaches 150 sometimes. But they've been a consistent playoff team for FSL. And it's amazing to see how well they're doing and consistently reaching the playoffs each time. I'm really excited to see whether they can actually qualify for a LAN and perform there. I want to see how they can actually do that because they've been very aggressive. And sometimes, like in an FPS game, ping is pretty important, but they're transcending this latency in an FPS game, and I think that's actually quite amazing. So between the two teams, we've seen them both in the playoffs in Valorant, FSL Valorant Open 3, and we are seeing them face off today again in the playoffs in Open 4. And to me, it's just really exciting, especially seeing patch 3.0 as well coming in, seeing the changes that would be coming into play here. Economy changes, agent changes. We even have Breeze in the map pool. However, understandably, it's banned actually, so we won't be seeing Breeze tonight. But hopefully, we'll see it later in the tournament. To me, 3.0 is trying to make the game a little bit more different, not too reliant on utilities. What do you feel about the changes that Riot's been making here?
Yeah, honestly, personally, the more that I get to know and play the new patches, I feel really comfortable with it. I like the direction that they're taking, the adjustments that they're making to utility and weaponry. There are a couple of things that I feel like are hit and miss when it comes to the pricing of abilities. Like, I don't think Jet's Cloud Burst should be 200. I don't think Omen should be, honestly, the Paranoia being at 300. That's kind of all right. So again, hit and miss. There are a few things that I do wish that they would bring back to the old things, but the fact that there's a lot of changes to the way that the weapons are. I like the direction that they're taking with the weapons. The fact that the new op is a little bit more affordable. The fact that they're changing up the Guardian yet again, that it might come into play, that pros might be able to pick it up. I do appreciate that. And I think we're going to see the repercussions here coming in tonight. Now, unfortunately, you mentioned we're not going to be seeing Breeze, and personally, that's my new favorite map. I just think it's a fantastic map. But I feel like the current direction where we're going with the meta is it's just going to more, I dare say, CS sort of kind of play style where you get, more ops coming in, you get a lot more map control, you get bigger spaces, and I feel like that's what we're going to in Valorant, and that's not entirely a bad thing. I feel like it's going to make the game a little bit more, a lot more robust as we go and grow after this first year of Valorant, and I'm expecting so much more, and this is truly going to be one of the first instances where we can see a really good glimpse of how this patch is going to change the meta, not just for female gamers, not just for this region, but in the professional scene in general.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. Like you mentioned the gun changes. You mentioned a bit about it being more like CS, like relying more on gunplay. Utility will be just as the name kind of implies, it's just utility. It shouldn't be the main thing that's kind of like driving the game. And we saw in Masters the meta was all about the post plants and using a lot of that utility, spamming it. I do agree with the Jet Cloudburst as a Jet main myself. But otherwise, I really love the direction the game is going, and I think that Riot's been doing a good job in really making the game update faster. We're seeing some changes into the direction that Riot has envisioned the game to be, and I'm excited to see what Galaxy Racer and Asteria have for us today. And it seems like we are going into the first map already, so it will be on bind. Trix is already starting here. Shoots out the recon dart. They're actually going for an A execute here between Galaxy Racer and Asteria. I think it's going to be a pretty explosive start. You're starting to see the differences in philosophy here already. For Galaxy Racer, it's 5 classics. On the side of Asteria, they're still sticking to Ghosts and Frenzies.
Yeah, let's see what they can pick up as they go into the site. That's the wall coming down already onto A. Aya's opening it up with a frag onto Muffin Loop right there. Now they're going to go ahead and straight down the barrel of the gun. Britzy lines that kill and the refrag onto Aya, though. They still haven't gotten control over Labs yet. And it's a little bit topsy-turvy right now in this round, but Baby Alucard's unable to get that pick. And everybody on GXR's dropping like flies. And that's a clean retake if I ever saw one. What a beautiful first round right there. The pistol not going GXR's way, even though they do get that plant.
Yeah, and I guess different teams have different ways of analyzing the meta, especially when it just newly forms. I think that they have a smaller pool of practice because they probably scrim with each other. Some people have new ideas and trying it. Some people might stick to the old ways. And it seems like we saw that in that first round. Right now, it seems like the Ghosts and the Frenzies still are superior. But coming into the latter rounds, we'll actually start seeing differences in, I believe, the guns that they choose. So right now it's going to be Spectre still, but you mentioned the Bulldog and the Guardian especially being cheaper, more accessible, and pros probably gravitating towards those guns as well. So it's going to be very exciting game to the end. The first round going to Asteria, that retake was absolutely clean. Still had 3 members alive there, and let's see if GXR can take a second round. It's going to be difficult for them though. Sheriffs, 1 Sheriff and 1 Classic for their side.
Yeah, only pistols. They really need a clean entry and kills, but there's already, you know, three people locked into that site. It's going to be a tough take, not to mention they have a killjoy on it, so reaching this, definitely going to be a tough task here. They have to land everything and more, but Britzy with a shock dart finds Aluka. Beautiful way to start off that round easily in a 4v5 right now. The teleporter play comes out. Little do they know though, Muffin Loop hanging around here in showers. Can't cut them off if they so desire, but it looks like nobody's actually going to go through showers here, and they're actually gonna make a beeline towards short. The spike might actually be able to go down right now. Sway getting that kill onto Aya here, leaving 2 players left standing. Only Tricks left. Spike does actually go down, and that's all that they could ask for in that round. They got the spike. That's fine. Everything else is a bonus.
Yeah, they got the 300 creds. They couldn't get any kills, but that's all you need, right? That was an intel flawless round for Asteria, getting all the kills. Muffin Loop getting really close to death there with 11 HP left, but unfortunately for Galaxy Racer, they couldn't take anyone down. But now it's a gun round for them, and I think this is where we can actually see them shine, because it's going to be the rifles versus the Spectres here, and this is where they can actually start getting rounds back.
I appreciate that you can see the skins now on the interface on the HUD. Now before you couldn't see that, and now you just get to admire some of the skin and the artwork a little bit more. It's pretty cool.
It's part of Valorant culture, right? Like everyone just wants to get the latest skin or like the newest skin. It's like I don't know. It's like it feels like it's really part of Valorant culture, and the fact that they show it at the beginning kind of shows you which players are like which skins, and that's pretty hard. Yeah.
Well, it is what it is here, but going back towards the side, Galaxy Racer right now goes to top guard. Recon rather, see if they can get the opening pick. Aluka does get that entry, trying to find a little bit more space here to work with, and it's actually going to be the wall off onto the B side. Right there, they do get control over CC, and that's 3 players down already for a
spike down.
Asteria. Quick refract left and right. That's everybody dropping down to their knees right now. 3v2 in the retake does now commence, and finally you get spike planted down.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Can't exactly get the shot onto Aya though. Aya forces it out. Now it's all up to Sway. Does have a Spectre. Makes it a little bit more expensive for me to see right there. Has to find 2 more scalp. If he wants to close down this round, it's definitely going to be soft. It's going to be a crossbar setting up. To the side here, going to get tapped away and easily taken down by Aluka with a 3. Third round right there. Beautiful work from Galaxy Racer to take the first gun.
Getting that gun round is really important, because especially now with the economy changes, when you commit all of that utility going to the site, it's just so expensive going to the next round. So, like, being able to win this round really just makes sure that their economy is kind of there. They can actually start building up their economy. Even then, even though they won that round, you could already see Trix is with a Spectre, Mikasi is on that Bulldog. It's already starting to hurt because of the economical changes.
And, you know, those changes, like you mentioned, they provide such impact, and you can see it now. They're very, very much more effective. It's honestly such a treat. Because, you know, having threats like that, even when you're on an eco round, even when you're on a lesser buy, that gives the game just this variance, just this, I think, robustness that's able to, you know, form not just a good meta, but also like an anti-meta or counter meta that just makes the game just that much more fun to play and to watch. And it's shining.
I agree. Like now you actually have to think about like which utilities you throw. You can't just spam utilities like you used to before. I think that's also why we are not seeing Jets anymore. I think maybe Jets' value is starting to go down because her utilities are 2 times more expensive now.
I mean, I still think Jet is very much viable. Just the fact that if you give Jet the dash and an off,
spike down,
like you said, the cost is expensive. But Casper getting taken down right there. 1-for-1 exchange towards that B side. Galaxy Racer definitely favoring this site thus far. Two of their successful side takes have been here, but they still have to deal with the two players in Luka. You don't really have control over it. Spike does finally go down. They have reclaimed control by pushing towards CT spawn, so can they make any full use of it? But no, it's going to be Dre rather to get the double here. Now Luca's able to get a response, and they're not planning for them.
Last player
They're
standing.
stuck right now, but they've gotten half. Can they get any more than this? Muffin Loop dancing and ducking in between the can, and finally is able to get that defuse right there, and they bite back with a round. Asteria gets one in response.
Yeah, it seems like GXR, the plant, they couldn't get the post plant ready for, well, after they planted the spike. Asteria was able to just take over the site right after they planted the spike. So GXR not being able to ready their post plant fast enough, and you know, Asteria just reset the economy here. I think GXR are gonna have some trouble coming to this next round. It's half buys
Yeah,
here
that
and there.
reset, that economic reset, it's just brutal. Look at what they have right now. They have a Phantom. Sure, I mean, they have 3 rifles. It's not that bad. But they're going to be forced into a little bit of an awkward position as to whether to make a call or if they should buy or not. The call is to buy. I'm not so sure that's the right call, especially this early on a map like Bind, but they're going to try to make it work.
Yeah, you're gonna need to make sure that this is actually a high risk investment, right? Like only 3 players have the rifles, but if they win this, they can reset Asteria as well. So they're going for the high risk, high reward play here. But it's gonna be difficult because they still have utilities on the side of Asteria. But as I say that, Britzy gets quickly taken down by Aya with a quick headshot with a Vandal. Now they're gonna try to go for this A side execute. Tricks throwing out her utilities. Casper takes 2 down, making it difficult for GXR. They're now outnumbered. But they do get a spike down, so it's gonna at least give them the advantage here. It's a killer ult being used as well. Mikasa takes 1 down. Muffin Loop it's gonna be all up to Ivory here. See if she can actually clutch this round, but Sway with the judge is gonna finish her off. The attacker killer ult does hit, but they didn't buy enough time for the spike here. Asteria are gonna take this round. Didn't pay off for GXR here.
Yeah, I sound really static. Is that true?
I think so. I know.
I sound fine. I'm getting. Apparently, I'm getting like messages that tell me I sound weird, but yeah, it's just the nature of how this world is right now. You know, can't do these lands. It's a little heartbreaking, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna sort this out real quick. Sorry, would you mind taking over for a second?
Sure. Okay, all right, we'll do. Okay, you guys have to bear with a solo cast right now, but I think we are seeing GXR with a, I think, very light buy here. Some sheriffs, 1 Spectre. 4 sheriffs and 1 Spectre. Let's see if they can take this round against a full buy from Asteria. So, well, not completely full buy. Some light armors here and there, but their sheriffs are going to be pretty lethal. GXR have shown that their sheriffs are a force to be reckoned with. Muffin is forced to move out here to get the headshot onto Baby Aluga. Now Aya is going to be throwing some shots in, but not able to take the site. It's going to be difficult for GXR to take this. They've already rotated some players in. Britzy's going to take down Ivory as well through a wallbang. GXR stuck outside B main here. Let's see if they can actually get the spike down. I think that's the only thing that they hope for this round.
Remaining.
They do take 1 down. Trix takes down the Trey, who takes a second one as well. Trix does not have the spike though. Has to be exposed when French peeks out, and Sway is going to pick her up and take this round. So Asteria getting round number 5 on the board. GXR are off to a pretty slow start here, but again, it is a best of 3 though, so the GXR can still make it back in the next few rounds, but this is GSR's map pick. Asteria did choose their own side here, but this is GSR's map pick, and it seems like they are having trouble getting rounds off of Asteria right now. So this is going to be their full buy round. Maybe GXR can take it back.
That should work. Turn out.
And then it looks like it's going to be a slow B execute here for GXR. They were quite successful in the B plans the previous rounds, and those times they were actually got the spike down. They lost one round due to not being able to activate their first plant. And here's the ultimate coming in. Baby Alka actually kills herself with her own grenade that she threw on the backside. But Aya takes Muffin Luke down, and there's the res going to come out from Aya as well. Baby Alka is back. No more showstopper though. That was a waste of showstopper. Casper takes one, but Trix quickly trades Mikasi. And it's looking pretty good for GXR right now. Sway, however, gets a kill onto Baby Alka, gets Trix as well. And it's now down to a 1v3 situation. Aya takes one, but Britzy with a shock dart finishes off Aya. And it's not looking good for GXR. It's going to be another round win for Asteria, and GXR just cannot catch a break. Alright, looks like it'll be a short pause between the two teams. I am not sure if this is a tech or tech, but we are going to go for a little break. And just to review how the things are, right now 6 rounds on the board for Asteria. Galaxy Racer did get their first round in round number 3, which was the buy round, but now they're having some economical issues due to losing 4 straight rounds in a row, not getting the spike the last 2 rounds. So they're gonna have to settle with a really light buy again here, and 1-6 is not that bad yet. They still have a chance to make it like a 6-6. We'll have to see whether they can string in some more rounds before going to the second half here. And again, just to recap, this is the first playoff game. So there are 8 teams right now playing in the quarterfinals, and there will be of course 4 winners moving to semifinals, which will be played tomorrow, and the upper bracket finals will be played on Saturday. So we'll have 2 best of 3s on Saturday, and on Sunday we'll be streaming the best of 3 for the lower bracket finals and a best of 5 for the grand finals as well.
Standing ahead.
Looks like it's going to be another slow push for the side of GXR.
Standing ahead.
And it looks like it's going to be a recon dart. They're probably going to try to burst into the A side right now. For GXR, the most that they can hope for is the spike for the 300 extra creds. Full buys on the Asteria side and full utilities as well. So Stray is going to get the first kill, but Aya is going to get a kill onto Stray's ultimate and gets the headshot as well onto Stray. Britzy is going to trade though, and Sway is going to get a headshot as well onto Trix, and now GXR are going to have a bit of trouble here. It's just a Spectre and a Sheriff. Let's see what they can do. Looks like they're gonna play this a bit slow. There's a Sheriff trading, trying to bait for Mikasi. Mikasi trying to find the right time to actually shoot Sway down here. Is gonna spot the barrel. The gun does take Sway down, and it's now starting to look good for the side of GXR.
Cover going out.
They can get this gun with the smokes, and this 2v3 might just be the break they need.
Okay. Now, here we go. Sorry for leaving you there, but Muffin Loop
Settle.
a quick double to bring their team ahead, 7-1. Galaxy Racer, they're looking like they're in bad shape right now. Can't even get the round off. The only round that they did win was against the bonus round of Asteria, and they're getting
some Astro stars in
their
this
butt
reality.
kicked right now, and they need to change something up. They need to have something different right now. I think the offense has looked a little bit flat here for Galaxy Racer, and they need to shake things up. But they've tried everything but the kitchen sink, and it's nothing really working right now against a team like Asteria.
Yeah, it looks like it's such a strong hold by Asteria on both sides right now. This Astra is really paying off for them. But Baby Alka is going to take that Astra down, and that's going to take down a lot of control for the side of Asteria. And Baby Alka gets a second kill as well onto Stray. Ooh, this might be the break that they need. Getting those 2 opening frags. They think it's going B, but actually the spike is going to A site. They've had Sage there ready from the beginning, and Trix is gonna get a double kill as well with the Hunter's Fury. So it's not looking good for Asteria. Just 1v5 right now, and it's all this way. I'm not sure what you can do in 1v5 here.
Yeah, this is one of the best rounds that we've seen thus far from Asteria, for Galaxy Racer rather, and they've kept it very, very clean. This is exactly what they needed. If they can string the rounds together, then there might be hope in coming back in this first map. And 7-1, it does look dire, sure. But if they can string a couple of rounds, maybe end up on an 8-4, potentially even a 7-5, it's still doable. I mean, a team like Galaxy Racer, they have the experience, they have the composure. If they can bring it back, if they can hold on to momentum or build some momentum of their own, then they could be potentially in a very threatening position.
Yeah, Baby Alaka with those 2 opening frags is what they really actually needed here. And again, I wouldn't count GXR out still, because they've, like you said, they've got the sharp aim, they've got the players to make this happen. And if you take a look at the scoreboard, it's actually not too far off each other. They're getting those frags. They're just not completing their rounds. And if they can tighten their offense, I think they'll be able to string a few rounds going to the second half.
I think a lot of the problem actually with Galaxy Racer is the post-match. Because if you've noticed, most of the rounds, and as you can see on the screen, have been from defuses. So there's actually been 4 defuse rounds from Asteria side. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that I feel like Galaxy Racer's post-match haven't exactly been informed. You see a lot of what feels like a discombobulated, offensive post-plant situation, and they're never really
Blocking vision.
able to hold on to the site for long. And a lot of the time, Asteria members are able to walk one side, get a couple kills, maybe 2, and then clean up the round. Hopefully they change things up right here, but what's happening right now, Asteria very much happy to play the retake game, because they know that they're very capable of playing retake. They've been winning on retake, so they're just going to let Galaxy Racer place all their utility trying to get onto site, and then use it as they come in.
Yeah, Trey actually gets taken down on the opposite teleporter there, but Trix is going to get the frag here. They're still not able to get the spike down. They still want to take control over the side first with Bitsy. He gets a wallbang onto Aya. Just spraying through there. The spike is down right now, so it's going to be difficult for them to get the spike down without clearing, or at least making it a little bit safer first. Ivory's trying to look towards doing that, but Britzy takes down Trix. And Baby Alaga's good. Try to get some frags here all over to elbow, but Britzy takes a 3rd frag onto Ivory.
30
Baby
seconds
Alaga
left.
finishes off Casper. It's a 1v3 situation for her right now. And she's getting sandwiched, and Britzy is going to complete the 4K. Going to round number 11, and Asteria, this is round number 8 on the board for them.
I do think a lot of it has to do with the fact that the site's being taken by Galaxy Racer. Honestly, they're going through the same play, the same B-side hit. Asteria, they kind of read it, they kind of know how to respond to it, and every single time they go for it, it's a little bit of the same thing. Having said that, Asteria, they know how to mix things up. Sometimes they let them into the site, sometimes they go in midway while they hear their spike being planted. And Galaxy Racer, they're just not prepared for the sudden aggression that Asteria is throwing after them. Now, if Galaxy Racer can maybe change up the pace, they might have a little bit of luck, because so far everything that they've been doing, every hit towards Z has been telegraphed. I'd like to see a little bit more of a contact play, a little bit more presence, and maybe just try to catch them off guard, because again, this is the exact same thing they did a couple rounds ago, and I don't think Asteria are going to fall for it.
Obscuring vision.
Yeah, they've been trying to bang their heads into the Killjoy plus Astra every single round, and it's just so difficult with all the utility. Muffin Luke, Casper making 3 kills. That's 4 kills already. And Muffin Luke gets a 4K.
1 enemy remaining.
They just keep trying the same thing, and they're going against a Killjoy plus Astra. There's just too much control to go into that side. They're
Last
not
round in the
waiting to wait
half.
for the utilities. They're not going for opening frags or maybe even a flank. The one round that they actually won was when they got an opening frag on Hookah, and then
1 second, Pete.
they can't do that just rushing into a side with a Killjoy plus Astra every single time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're sort of doing the same thing, deploying the same way. And Galaxy Racer, they just need to find something else, because Asteria's ready for it. They'll sit back, they'll play passive, they know that they can give as much as B-side as they want. And things are looking quite scary. Now, we could be looking at a 9-3 scoreline. They have identified where the offer is. Sway goes for the repeat right there, but okay, that's pretty dangerous. Almost got taken down right there. But again, it's still a massive advantage for Asteria. Look at the weaponry. They have an AWP. They have everything that they need. Meanwhile, Galaxy Racer, they have 2 sheriffs in their hand as well as a sheriff. A Spectre. So. And yet again, they're going towards B. They change it up a little bit. They fake A, and now they're going to go back to B. And like you said, Key, it's them banging their heads against B site to no avail.
Yeah, and all the utilities are still up. It's the exact same setup that they're trying to push against. But now they do have their showstopper. Let's see if they can actually net a frag here on Muffin Luke, who's slowed. Baby Aluka gets killed, but not after getting taken down by Muffin Luke himself. It's going to be a 1-for-1 right now, but if they can get this post plant down, they might be able to hold the spike and finally get a third round on the board. Casper is flanking on
Spike
elbow.
planted.
Takes down the alarm bot, but can't push out straight. Takes one down. Aya. Britzy takes down Mikasi as well. Trix, however, gets away, and it's going to be another round for Asteria.
One enemy remaining.
In the second half, and Asteria, their retakes are just too strong.
Going up.
Yeah, I definitely think that when it comes to rounds like these, Galaxy Racer need to do a little bit better to get off Asteria's being in an awkward position.
Switching sides.
That they have to sacrifice utility or whatever for, because they don't. If you look at how Asteria's been holding, they have all of their utility ready for the retake, and I think it has to do with a little the fact that Galaxy Racer haven't been forcing them to use that utility, haven't been forcing them back onto site. They sort of just come at them. And Asteria's like, all right, yeah, sure, have the site, but we'll have everything ready for when we take it back.
You kind of want that half commit first to bait out the Astra Stars to make Killjoy pop her Nano Swarm. Make it easier to get into the site first. But it seems like they've just been rushing the Astra Stars each time around.
Revealing area.
Now let's see what Asteria can bring to the table as they now pick up the mantle of their offense, and Aya getting punished for that peek right there. Aluka, a little bit of an unforced error. Paintail actually goes wide, or rather too narrow. That actually doesn't really buy them that much. They have gotten really not much information off that aggressive play on towers, and in fact they lose control everywhere. Look at how far spread they are, and Asteria, they've claimed almost every piece of vital map control that they need.
Yeah, GXR again with 5 light armors actually, so they are favoring the light armor buys instead of a Ghost or a Frenzy at this point in time. Like you mentioned though, like that push didn't yield them much. They even lost a player. They lost armor onto Baby Aluka, and it's just so difficult for them to really gain control over this game right now. And I think Asteria are just feeling good about themselves, and GXR are probably like trying to look for solutions.
Yeah, well, we'll see what they can do this time. And gonna be a hit towards B, and Ivory actually is able to get that good pick. 2-5, but it's still a 4v3 right now. Aluka does get that trade off on Trey. Now, you're going to have to play retakes now as the site does fall into the hands of Asteria with 13 seconds left to go. But here comes Casper. Ooh, quick pick onto Baby Aluka, not expecting anybody.
Powers out.
To the hook area, a little bit of a weird timing if you ask me right there. And time after time and pick after pick.
One enemy remaining.
Name up there and alive in this 3v1. Casper, the only one left standing here, has a chance, but she knew it was a Hail Mary anyway. Goes to the but they only managed to pick up 2 kills, and it's finally another round for Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, for Galaxy Racer, this is just the defensive side is where they should actually be attempting to string these rounds. They do have 2 Sentinels on their side, so Aya and Ivory. Between the 2 Sentinels, I think that they can hold these sides a bit better. And this time around, I think that looked a bit better than their offense, like for sure. Because their offense, it seemed like they had the time, but on defense, it looks like they're much more disciplined in being able to hold a site and being able to let them in and retake the site.
And Galaxy Racer now, they have an advantage here. They could bring us to a 10-4, so that don't get me wrong, it's still a pretty bad scoreline, but it's a step towards the right direction if they can win that eco and if they win the next gun round, especially if they win a bonus round. That could just propel their chances to actually coming back into this. Now, they're gonna have a little bit of a standard defense here, but they are cheating over tricks towards that A site, but it's actually a little bit of a wrong read here as the players and the spike are actually going towards Hookah.
Yeah, it's actually what GXR did in one of their rounds. It's getting a kill onto Aya there. Aya gets punished, but she does get sway down. Baby Aluka was actually don't see that often, but Muffin Loop takes one down and a turret kill. There's robot supremacy right now, and it seems like everyone's dying to some random devices left and right. Ivory is still on the side though, and Ritzy is going to get the headshot onto Ivory. This round is just surprise after surprise. They do take down Tricks with the Spectre that they picked up, and Britzy fakes a plant. Baby
One
Alga
enemy
has to
remaining.
play 1v2
30
right now.
seconds
Both
left.
players on Asteria very low. 1 HP on Casper, 26 on Britzy.
Spike planted.
I'm a little bit okay, that what?
One
single
enemy
peek was-
remaining.
No, if he dies to this paint. Okay, 1v1. Casper literally on 1 HP. Aluka playing the game, just waiting patiently here. Nerves of steel from Casper right now. If she wins this, I swear I will eat my hat. No, she doesn't. No chance right there. Aluka 3 kills for her. But all is balanced in the universe again after what just happened.
Thank you, Baby Alka, for saving it with Carlos' hand. We don't want him to eat his hand yet, but
Yep.
no, GXR 410, like you mentioned. This is their bonus round. This will dictate whether they will be on the verge of losing map 1, or whether they can snowball this, because there is a good chance that they snowball off of a nice victory here, but they do not have very good guns because they lost 4 players in round number 2.
Let's go back into the rounds right now, and this is the full buy coming in from Asteria. And again, the bonus round here for Galaxy Racer. Look at this Aya only really having a... I'm not so sure how I feel about only buying it, because I still feel like buying the Spectre still would be worth it. I'm just not sure that on a bonus round, classic is enough, but just as I say that, Mikasi, oh my god, hasn't even seen anyone and gets taken down right there. Ivory's right there with 1, finds a second. The hold for now though, 3v2 still. Spike yet to go down. Casper gets the kill onto her counterpart, and now it's a 2v2. Ritzy onto 12 HP, and it's a little bit of a tango onto site here as they try to get information, but it's going to be a full rotation here. Double teleport coming in. Nobody's going to be chasing. Nobody falls for that. And now they're going to be getting the call out. They just double teleported. Let's go back to A. Spike should be planted without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, they were still waiting for a possible run back, but they now know it's on A. Ritzy is really low though,
Spike
so she
planted.
can die to a wallbang onto green boxes here, and Aya just takes her down from heaven. 2 full
One
HP
enemy
players
remaining.
on GXR right now, and Baby Aluka gets the headshot onto Casper with a jump peek. GXR, this is the round that they needed, right? This is the bonus round. They had sheriffs, they had classics. Aya didn't even have a gun coming to this round.
I guess I stand corrected. I didn't think that they could do it, but you know, as I said at the start of this half, if they can win a bonus round, and what a bonus round to win! They almost had nothing, and they still managed to come out on top, showing that their maybe defensive form is a little bit better than their offensive form, and so they're going to be going into this round definitely feeling that momentum, the wind behind their sails right now. They have everything they want and more. Asteria, however, cannot be said for these guys, as they have very much scraps to come into this round with.
Yeah, and maybe they were trying to save that previous round. That's why they didn't buy anything at all. But Ivory gets the opening here for Asteria. Whether they can actually, they probably need
the spike.
another few rounds to consolidate their economy and get rounds back. But Muffin Luke takes one down with her. Baby Aluka takes one down as well though in U-Haul, and it's gonna be difficult for Asteria to take this B site. The Killjoy is there. They've also rotated Baby Aluka here, so it's gonna be a 3v3 take here if they can actually execute onto this B site.
A little bit, maybe a lot to ask, honestly. They have 3 Galaxy Racer members actually holding on to site here, but a little bit of hesitation coming right there from Aluka.
Need that back.
He does run all the way back to A, but they're going to be dropping those stars here. So that B site, making sure that they smoke off elbow. And
Concealment.
be the site secured. They're gonna let them plant their play for retake on the Galaxy Racer side, but how are they gonna do that? There still
30
is
seconds
the
left.
ultimate master. Are they committed on this round?
Oh wait, what?
What?
That think they tried to force the spike, and then
Player
Storm just
standing.
finished him off. Muffin Loop
Spike
takes
down
2 though,
B.
and it's down to a 1v2. Aya a little bit slow on the rotate here, but it's a potential 8 for Muffin
10
Loop. She's
seconds
forced
left.
to defend right now,
One
so
enemy remaining.
Aya can push up, get a little bit of position here, and Muffin Loop completes the ace.
Spike planted.
No way. Galaxy Racer are gonna be livid after that round. They had everything going their way, and yet they peak her one by one, and one after the other, they all fall down, drop it down. That was definitely a misplay here
I
from
got enough
Galaxy
time
Racer.
to go into the Astral form.
The spike hadn't even gone down yet. It was a... I don't even know who I just...
Yeah,
What
I'm not
on
sure what happened there. They peaked one by one, got taken down by Muffin Loop. At the last part, Baby Alaka didn't even wait for Aya there. They could have made it a 2v1 and run the timer down, instead chose to fight. And now Asteria get round number 11 on the board. GXR didn't even have time to build up their economy. And Muffin Loop, Baby Alaka gets through, however. Muffin Loop opening with a second frag as well, so it's down to 3v3 though, the showstopper. Giving the numbers at least parity for GXR. They don't have the guns, however. Mikasi with a Spectre, still effective in short range, and now it's actually a 3v2 with GXR in the lead. Mikasi switches to the Phantom, takes one down.
Run.
It's gonna take Casper
One
now, and
enemy
Mikasi,
remaining.
like, showing up big for GXR. I think they really needed this round, and especially after that previous round, being able to save 3 guns here, they really need this. Their economy is shot. They're still 6 rounds down. Gonna be 5 rounds after taking this round.
Oh yeah, a big blow to the momentum. Losing round like the previous one and was basically an ace to Muffin, and they managed to somehow pull it back. That just shows that they at least have the resiliency to know when they've fucked up and to turn things around. It's like, okay, that round, that's done. We'll move on to the next one. And they pull it back, they bring it back, they make sure that they have the composure coming into the next one, and they win that fantastically. Not just that, they reset the economy of Asteria here. Look at them. No one sitting above 2,000 right now. Sure, they have enough for a buy right now. Kind of. But
Light
Asteria
armors.
will definitely be worse for wear. Yeah, exactly. And light armor too.
And well, GXR, they need to keep them going though. They lost that one round that they shouldn't have, but they're gonna get taken down. It's 2 for 1 and fast right now, but Baby Alaka is taking 1 each and another 1 each actually. I'm not sure what happened there. It was an
player
execution on both sides. They actually pushed out on GXR for both sides.
Yeah. And Sway was just walking forward the seed or something, but it looked like she didn't even look left. I think it was Sway who didn't even look left.
She didn't look left. She just ran into I think
I got the
it was
spike.
Ivory there and then just died. Oh no, it was a Baby Alaka on A.
There are definitely some strange rounds here today, but that just makes things more interesting, I think, here. 11-6, man. The comeback, I'm not going to say just yet, but it's starting to look a little bit feasible because Galaxy Racer, man, they're putting on a show. They're not going down without swinging, all right? And round after round, one member steps up, whether it's Mikasi, you know, whether it's Alaka, they're putting on the numbers. What I'm surprised about, actually, what I'm surprised about is actually Trix, who's actually just really playing passive. Because when people talk about Trix as a player, she's normally like star player, gonna wreck everybody with a jet operator or whatever. This time she's playing on that Sova and, you know, just playing support for her team.
Yeah, it seems like she changed her role since in Open 3 as well. She was playing the Sova a lot, and I actually want to see Trix on the Jet because she's one of the sharpest players I've seen in this tournament. And I think that on a Sova, we just don't see that same aggression that we actually can see from her.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I think maybe this is a little bit of an evolution, I guess, of Trix because she's playing a little bit less aim star kind of play style, going for more of a, you know, commander, general style approach, maybe just leading and shot calling from the back, and then trying to get those kills and clutches when it's her time to shine. So maybe that's what's happening here. not exactly the first time we'd see a player change playstyles completely. But we do have a technical timeout, so ladies and gentlemen, bear with us. First game of the day, Key, and already we're starting to see that this could be one of the better games that we've had on FSL, and this is why I just love this tournament, man.
Yeah, and it's really close. And like you mentioned, there have been evolutions as well in terms of the way they just pick agent picks. The patches also start making things different. It's always a different experience for each FSL Open. Although the constant is AE Celeste always being the first place. Now, whether we see the champions get dethroned, maybe. But they have been the undisputed #1 right now for FSL, but we're starting to see every single team start to step up. And just now you mentioned every player stepping up for GXR kind of get the rounds, and you also mentioned that they would have been livid to lose that. Round number 16, they lost that. They shouldn't have lost that. And they're definitely livid, but they're not tilted. They're using their anger to, step up here and really get those frags left and right. And it's starting to look scary, GXR.
Oh yeah, you're taking a page from the stiff and letting the hate flow through them right now, definitely. And you mentioned something really important here, I think, and I just want to say this. I think that FSL, this tournament, so important, just because of how we really need to support these female gamers and how much the level of gameplay is improving because of the amount of support and opportunity that is being shown, not just by FSL, but by Live as well. It's an exciting time because I cannot wait to see how much better these girls get over the next few years or months or whatever. Because before we get into that, we have to get back into the game here. Sway taking opening pick right there. Rated out right now. Ivory getting one for herself. 7-11. Has to go on towards that side. Spike gonna go down right here. But they're gonna go and try to spam through that wall. Sway on but it's still a 4v4 in the economy. Still much favoring Galaxy Racer here as Aya getting that pick onto Sway, leaving us in a 3.
Try to fight it!
Now, this retake definitely possible, but look at that. Casper getting the kill, but Trick getting pressed out right now, and Ivory here with the cleanup duty, though, as the time is taken away, they will need to be a little bit more decisive and try to get onto the site and defuse as soon as they can. Ivory right there to back up her team.
One enemy remaining.
Clean out the round 11, and the comeback is happening, Key. Galaxy Racer are on the cusp of bringing things back.
Yeah, like, we went 2-10 into the second half, and that was an 8-round lead for us here, and now it's a 3-round difference, and GXR, they're definitely feeling the momentum. You could tell that they're feeling, they're playing a lot tighter. They're playing with, making sure that they really get those trade frags and securing the round for them, and I think I see something really interesting right now. Tricks with the operator.
Not every day you see a Sova with the operator.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. I'm just because the game it is evolving, it is changing, and we do want to see what they are gonna go for this time. They're going for a 3B formation right now, taking B long aggressively. With that Sentinel there, they actually do have Ivory, so they're putting a lot of eggs in this basket, and maybe it'll pay off.
Yeah, maybe they can actually string around here. GXR with the hot hands though, they're really streaking on this offensive side, and whether they can go into this, they might not be expecting a Kasi over here. They're actually playing 3 on long.
They are, and this might catch them off guard. Look, if Asteria commit to this B site, this is very, very big trouble for them because they have not controlled B long, however. And if they send anyone down there, they're going to be looking down the barrel of Trix' op. So this is very dangerous. The ulti will come down right here, and that's the pick off from Trix. They go down one by one. The back up the great
one enemy remaining
right there.
Spike down
only
B.
one standing on Asteria's side. And that was one of the cleanest defensive holds we've
30
seen
seconds
thus far.
That was an execution, like just bodies dropping left and right like flies. They couldn't do anything there. I think they didn't expect 3 players to be holding that side, and just it's a lot of defensive adaptations from GXR that we didn't see in their offensive side. But it seems like there's so much more creative on the defensive side here. It's just
10
Asteria
seconds
can't
left.
find a break here.
Yeah, definitely not. And I do have to attribute it to Galaxy Racer. They do look much stronger on their defensive side than they did earlier. Okay, look. I'll be honest. The Galaxy Racer attacking side left a lot to be desired. They're like you said, they were banging their head against B site, and at this point, the concussion maybe gave them an
I should
idea.
probably place some
Because
stars
their
in the astral
defense is
plane.
looking stellar. They're playing dynamically. They're changing their positions. They're changing their rotations, and it's very much a treat to see.
Yeah, it was maybe some post-concussion clarity there, but they look like a different team, honestly, from the first half to now. And they cut the lead down from 8 to 2 rounds, and they still have the economical advantage here. On the side of Asteria, we're starting to see them focus up a little bit. They're kind of running out of answers here. There's a Hunter's Fury coming out as well. Damages him a little bit. Baby Aloka with a grenade finishes off too. Combined with a Hunter's Fury, that's so much damage done onto Asteria. Also low right now. Sway even had to jump to a teleporter and is just really low. And for Asteria, it seems like GXR are about to really close in on a tie.
Yeah, they are looking like they are in tip-top shape. They're primed and ready to tie this game up, and I don't know what's going to stop them right now, because from what I can see, they're not just winning the positional battles, they're winning the team duels. They're winning the tactics. Every single thing that they can do is a victory for Galaxy. Okay, maybe not that, but still.
That was a sketchy satchel charge.
A little bit, at least, yeah. But Sway with 11
Last
HP,
player
man,
standing.
I don't think that she can do it. Maybe just try to make things a little bit more expensive. And you know, like we said, Galaxy Racer, they're starting to show up. They're
30
warming up,
seconds
man.
left.
Like you mentioned, it's the aim duels that they're winning that's actually making this really scary. It seems like at the beginning, every single duel that they tried to go for failed, except for that one time where Baby Aloka won a 2v1 duel on Puka. And right now, it seems like Baby Aloka is winning every single duel that she tries to fight, and Asteria don't have answers for it.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, Aloka, I think it gets scary when the Rays get snowballed like this, and just there's not much you can do about it. If a Rays or any actual duelist starts to pop off at this level, you can't really win the duels. I mean, sure, on the other side, you do have, I think it was Casper or Sway who was at the top as well. Or no, sorry, it was Muffin Love. But yeah, as I say that, Baby Alka finding that kill on Asteria right now. So far though, but regardless, stops any push that they had towards A. Now they're rotating everybody towards B, and Galaxy Racer, man, they're happy to take that fight. They're changing their position. They know they have good control towards A, so they're just gonna commit 2 bodies towards B long.
Yeah, they just can't find any entrance to any side here. Like, they got punished every single time they tried anything. The Phoenix ultimate didn't yield anything for them either, and Sway is tapped down to 16. And like you mentioned, duelists that get going, they kind of go into a flow. But as I say that, Muffin Loop actually takes Baby Aloka down. Muffin Loop down to 21 HP though, and they're gonna try to take this A side instead. On the side of GXR, they're still playing this patiently, playing it slow. Aya gets 1 kill onto Shrey. Tries to go for a second one, but the blast pack puts Sway into safety. Aya is still in
Spike planted.
also Lamps. It's gonna be difficult to retake that. She's waiting for her teammate. So again, great discipline from GXR here. She's gonna get the kill onto Sway, but gets taken down by Britzy, unfortunately. Still down to 3v3, and Muffin Loop is not very healthy. Trix takes 1 kill. Britzy gets taken down. Muffin Loop with 21 HP left.
Last player
Not
standing.
looking good for her. I don't think she'll even survive that turret hit. But Mikasi takes Muffin Loop down, and GXR tied the game.
That was all Aya, I gotta say. That was all Aya's round. How smart she played that. Playing so intelligent, getting a pick off, falling back, dipping and ducking and dodging in lamps, just holding that map control. Eventually, when things got a little bit too dicey, falling back spawn, just to make sure that she gets enough backup from her team to buy enough time to take lamps together and to go and clear up the rest of the site. The way that they're so patient about that on that retake just shined right there and just allowed Galaxy Racer for a very, very clean retake. And Asteria, man, they're left rocked. All they have is 5 SMGs. What's the play here? It's got to be a Hail Mary. Galaxy Racer are on the cusp of getting to match point and taking the first game in what looks like it was gonna be a watch.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a fast map one, but it looks like this defensive hold by GXR is Tricks with two bodyguards. She actually has two bodyguards protecting her from any push from the hookah side, and she's just free to basically opt down this long, be alongside, and misses the shot onto Sway. Sees the elbow there, but I think the animation moved Sway's arm away from the grenade. I mean, we've seen the hitbox kind of like be really great here in Valorant. Like, if that arm moves and you shoot where that arm was, it's definitely not gonna hit that arm, even though it's like a utility throw. That's kind of interesting the way it works here. Baby Alaka gets a first kill onto Muffin Loop.
And the hold, man. The reads right now from Galaxy Racer, look at this. They have 3 towards B-Long, and they're just happy to bodyguard Tricks with that off right there. But look at this. The bodyguard's doing the work. Protect the VIP. No one's getting close. No one even dares.
Player standing.
Mikasi gonna go
Spike
down,
down
and
B.
Ivory will find the final blow as Galaxy Racer collect a match point here, turning things around. This was a 10-2 key.
Match point.
I don't believe this. Like, they really turned things around, and it looked like a get down, Mr. President kind of like situation there. Mikasi and Ivory just throwing themselves out there to protect Tricks. And like you mentioned, Tricks is the one that also is like the silent, like, guardian of the B-Long here. She's just locking that whole corridor down. They can't get a break there, and now it's like Asteria's turn to take a page out of GXR's playbook and still keep trying the same side over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's the wrong playbook, by the way.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you're exactly right. It's exactly what happened. It's like a replay, but Galaxy Racers, they're doing a little bit better on the defensive side here. It's just a matter of who can bang their heads on the B side more successfully. Comes out from a Killjoy right now, and that's gonna be Mikasi holding onto elbow. No chance for Trey right there to be able to get in at all. They're gonna be happy with a retake right now, and so Galaxy Racer, they could win this right now. 4v5 on this retake. Mikasi being guarded right now. Will she get peeked? Doesn't look like it. No chance for a trade because she was actually locked down
Spike
there.
planted.
It's gonna be a 4v4. There is an op on the trick, so that makes things a little bit more complicated. Mikasi has from the shadows, and she could actually use that just to get a little bit more information, but the question is, will they be doing that? Sway gonna get a pick onto Aya, unable to find any more right there. Gets 2 before she goes down, and Mikasi still have a chance. This could go to overtime. The defuse coming in. Britzy gets the kill, and Muffin Loop closes it out. It's overtime.
One enemy remaining.
12-12 right now. This
Enemy
match,
was punished.
this first game here in FSL, this best of 3 is going the extra mile.
You're going to
Switching
overtime the
sides.
very first map,
Overtime.
and it really looked one-sided from the very beginning. 2-10 going to the half, and the second half looked like GXR had
fam.
complete control,
Going
and
to
then
Astro
Asteria pull around out of the bag on the very last round, like right as they looked like they were about to get eliminated. And this really shows the level of competition here in FSL Valorant Open, or now VCT Southeast Asia. This is VCT Game Changer Southeast Asia. This is definitely the level of competition that we are going to expect further down the road, and this is just the first playoff game.
And this is the first game on the first day, the first series, man, and it's already in overtime. This is exactly what I wanted to see. How amazing is this? Just so much fun, so much tension here in this first game. Who is going to take it home? I have absolutely no idea. Somebody's going to have to come out with something brilliant if they want. Now, having said that, both of these teams, they do have to work on their attacking sides, I feel like. And again, Galaxy Racer will be once more banging their head towards B here. Muffin Loop will get the opening pick. Ivory's there for a refrag, and so is Mikasi. Actually securing the side quite handily right now. Dropping 2 members from Asteria here. Casper is able to line up one, unable to find any more. Spike gets slowed down. The 2 members are standing in their way. Asteria, they still have Britzy and Sway to find here, as the Spike will finally go down for the planting.
It looks like they're trying to wait a bit first before planting here, and Mikasi gets a little bit of information. It's actually a double elbow push. Mikasi gets one. Almost gets Bitsy as well with a classic. Ivory is there to finish off Bitsy, and Galaxy Razor. I don't remember the last time they had a successful B push, but it worked this time around. I think maybe the momentum coming into overtime here, but they look sharper in that push.
I do also think it's because Asteria kind of did change how they're structuring their defense. Earlier, they were just happy to let Galaxy Racer in, and then go for the post plant, retakes rather. But this time, they tried to hold on to B long, stack a couple of things, do what Galaxy Racer did on their defensive side, and it just didn't work out for them. They lost out to the flashes, to the utility. Mikasi actually did have a really good paranoia, getting 2 people blinded towards that B long area, and that just really allowed them the entrance into B site that they desperately needed. But now it's time to flip the script, see what's going on in Asteria. Now, what can they do?
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna try for this B push again. Mikasi gonna get pulled in there, but Ivory is watching long, so she knows she's safe. She just takes it. Doesn't need to use that crowded step. And it's gonna be a difficult push here for the side of Asteria. They're gonna have 2 corners to check, and B, they weren't very successful there. Muffin Loop is in a very opposite side of the map, and Baby Aluka gets one. Ivory gets a two straight headshots, and it's all down to Sway right now. 1v5, and
Last player
GXR are all
standing.
fully healthy here.
Spike down B.
Well, now they're hunting her. They know where she is, and that is definitely the round. GXR take map number 1 after going down 2-10 against Asteria. This
Defenders win.
we talked GXR up, and then suddenly we saw them go 2-10 into the second round, and then all of a sudden, I'm not sure what happened. Like maybe they've adjusted their dinner. I'm not sure what happened there. Baby Aluka woke up. Maybe she opened her eyes or started using her mouse. I'm not sure, but like everything was going on GXR side, and they take map number 1 against Asteria, who were dominating the first half.
Yeah, after I saw that 10-2, I'm right with you on that boat. I just thought, oh man, this is gonna be a wash here. I don't think that this is. I think this is gonna be a quick map 1. But you know, Galaxy Racer proved us wrong. Whatever they said after that half, they were like, whatever they said, it worked. Shake it off, and that's exactly what they needed to do. Amazing work from these girls. They're able to turn things around even when things were looking so dire. But we are definitely gonna see what they can come up with on map number 2. For now, though, I think we gotta take a quick break. Let me double check that right now. Yeah, we do have to take a quick break, and apologies for the audio. We are actually having a little bit of issues. We'll sort that out once we get into it. But before we go into the break, again, I'm Illustrato. This is KeyCast. We are going to go into a short one real quick. But before we do that, before we go into that quick break, I'm going to ask you, Key, who is it going to be for the next game? Is it going to be GXR, or do you think it's AST?
Man, I really believe in GXR. Just the fact that they had so much composure coming into the second round, after going down 2-10, still being able to string it together, it looks like they have the momentum going for them. I think if I'm Asteria, I'm kind of shook here because we had an 8-round lead and we blew it. So like, I think coming to game 2 just by that alone, I think GXR have the mental fortitude to keep going, to keep their momentum going, and just make it a clean 2-0 for this first round.
Well said right there, but we're about to go into a short break. When we come back, game number 2 here. We'll be back in just a second. Do not go anywhere. And here we are. Game number 2 is nigh, and we just saw the first game go topsy-turvy and have Galaxy Racer take on Asteria, coming from a 10-2 and turning it into an overtime win, 14-12. Right now, my name is Illustrato. Joining me here today, my co-caster, Key. How are you feeling about that last game, man?
Feels great, especially seeing an opening round be that explosive. Like, that was map number 1. Like, we already saw overtime, and I think that we're in for a treat for game number 2. We've had a bit of a break. I don't know if Asteria... Do you think Asteria can come back after, like, maybe a mental reset after a short break?
Yeah, you and I were both talking about this before the break. Like, they've got to be tilted after that, right? Like, 8 rounds that they have that lead. It's very much, you know, in the territory of you going like, oh my God, what have we just done? And snowballing and landsliding into what could be an uncomebackable mental state. Because I know I'd be pretty pissed if that happened to me, but these guys are the pros, Key. These guys, they know how to handle themselves. And speaking of players who know how to handle themselves, Baby Aluka and Muffin Loop, 2 of the top scorers in that previous game. You got 326 ACS on Aluka, and Muffin Loops at 282, and their kills, man, off the charts, 26-25. These guys were absolutely on fire.
Yeah, it was just really such a show. Muffin Loop in that first half, really getting all those frags. Baby Aloka showed up big on the second half where we saw GXR's comeback, and that was led by Baby Aloka. Of course, not to put anyone down, but everyone in GXR really stepped up. And Baby Aloka was definitely leading that charge. 216 damage per round. That's way more than what we see for the most part. And she really stepped up here and really showcasing the explosive power of Raze.
Yeah, you mentioned that couple of the players did step up. So we saw a couple of moments from everybody on GXR side. There were multi-kills. Mika C had a great couple of rounds as well. There were a number of opportunities for them to have their 15 minutes, the moments of glory. And they did when they stepped up to the plate. It was a home run for most of the time here. However, on the other side, it was more of a concerted effort, I think, that really worked out for Asteria. However, and this has to be said, Key, both their attacking sides left a lot to be desired. And I think this is something that they need to address coming further in their careers as a team, because you can't play bind offensively just that flat. I think it'll have to develop and grow into something more as time progresses.
Yeah, and I mean, going to game number 2, we thought we were thinking that GXR kind of had the momentum here, especially after that comeback win. They really have the momentum on their side, and map 2 is going to be the Asteria's pick, so it's actually going to be Ascent. And since Asteria picked, GXR actually are able to choose their side, and they're starting on defense here. Like we talked about, their offense not the best. We actually see that whoever's choosing the side, they always choose defense first. I think the teams know that their offense, their executes might not be as clean, so they are starting on the defensive side. And I mean, I have my bets on Galaxy Racer for game number 2. What do you think?
I agree with you right here, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Galaxy Racer, they're a little bit of a newer team. They haven't exactly made a lot of appearances here in FSL, and they have a couple of new members that they had to adjust to. Despite all of that, despite all of the adjustments that they've had to make, they've made a wonderful showing here, showing resilience, not so much on their attacking side, but on their defensive side, that they can switch things up. And, this is probably going to go into their favor even more, because as we know, if you're a newer team, you don't have a lot of time to create those setups, those executes that you need, but you do have time to be able to practice and study your defense. You have good fundamentals, and that's what I think GXR will bring to the table in this upcoming match, and that's why I think they do have a little bit of an advantage here over Asteria.
Yeah, maybe we'll see the Jet this time around. So Ascent, likely we'll see Sova every single time here. The Astra is a favorite pick for Ascent. Sometimes the Viper comes out if teams are ready for that, but maybe we'll see something new here. Like Ascent, I think I'd say one of my favorite maps, especially since I play a lot of Sova as well. Will Trix be on the Sova again, or will we actually finally see Trix on the Jet? Like something that I've been excited to see. But like you mentioned, it looks like she's kind of like changed her role in the career. Maybe she's doing the shot calling now. Maybe that's why she's using the Sova, getting information for team calling from the back lines. And that didn't stop her actually. So I wanted to really point it out that being Sova, being maybe not that first option especially on the defensive side, didn't phase her. She was getting the frags left and right, and she was definitely detrimental in the defense there. On the side of Asteria, let's see if they can actually pull together an offense that could break through Galaxy Razor's defense here. And I think that we should be going into the map, or at least agent selection soon.
You pointed out something interesting. I do actually think that Trix does still play Sova like she does play a duelist, because teams will play around Trix. They will, when she had the op in her hands as the Sova, there were 2 bodyguards guarding her, making sure that she get those kills and those frags. I think that is something that is hardwired in her as a player, because she is shot calling. She always has been, ever since back in the CS days. And nowadays, to see her take a little bit of a step back is quite refreshing, to let other players shine like Aloka. My God, I think it's a whole new dynamic for them, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how this develops over the time. But I do still think there is some adjustment from Trix and Co to make this sort of new composition, this new sort of playstyle really, really work for them. Now, however, Key, on the Asteria side, I enjoyed how they played their defense. I thought it was, fresh. I thought they had a lot of good ideas on how to approach it. However, their attacking side, again, there's just really not much to say about that. They just sort of went B, maybe shoot some bullets in A, and then go towards B here. What do you think they have to do coming here towards this next map, an Ascent, to maybe change that up?
It feels like in their attack, they seem to lack a really strong initiator. So I feel like maybe having a Sky or maybe a Breach to flash them in might work better, because it seems like they weren't really playing off the information from the Sova that Britzy was playing. So maybe she's also known to play the Breach sometimes. I've never seen them play Sky before. So if they've been practicing that, maybe that might be something interesting for them to bring onto the table. But it seemed like they were just having so much difficulty getting into a site, and maybe a flash might help them at least safely cross into the site. So maybe that's something we'll see in this round.
I agree. I think a lot of the time earlier in the previous game, they had a very, very big brick wall to face, and they didn't really have the utility or the hard entry that they needed to break them into the site. Maybe this time it'll be a little bit different, but I do feel like what I want to see coming into Ascent, and as we know how the map is structured, very much a simple map to play, but very very dependent on your fundamentals. I want to see them change things up. I want to see fakes. I want to see good defaults from Asteria. I want to see if they can maybe bait out rotations properly. This is something that we didn't see earlier. I want more patient play, a little bit more deliberate play, and with that, I think that'll allow them a little bit more opportunity, better mid game or late game, because earlier from what we saw, we never really got to the late rounds, and even when they did, it was just because they held on to one area for a very long time, not because they were splitting or conquering and dividing the defense.
Yeah, I think that's true for both teams as well. It feels like basically a lot of cleaner execution, and then we might see better offensive rounds. And as you say that, you are gonna see them coming into this round. Galaxy Racer again on the defense. Mikasi is on the Sova, so I'm actually excited to see what is Chicks on the Jet. This time, actually no, there's no Jet. It's a Raze and a Phoenix for the side of GXR.
So they're really leaving out the Jet this time. This is a very interesting development here in the meta. It just is telling us that they really want to shake things up in Galaxy Racer, to leave out Jet, who's very much crucial in other teams here. But now they're heading towards B. Let's see what they can pick up right now. It's the opening pick right there. Tricks goes down. And that's the Sentinel gone from B side. What can Galaxy Racer do to come back into this? And that's what they do. They find the kill right there onto Muffin Loose. That's two of the top fraggers gone right now from the equation. Angel coming out here for Aluka. What can she find right now? Trying to get a 180 in. Can't do it. Can't land the shot. And has to close out that round. The pistol goes.
Last player standing.
Yeah, it looks like that was really unexpected here. Like, it was a fast B take from middle. So Ascent, when people talk about Ascent, they always talk about mid control. Like, mid here really gives you so much options into cutting the rotations just because of the nature of the map. And like being able to control that corridor really made it difficult for GXR to go for the retake there. And like you mentioned, it's different now. Like, Aya is on a Phoenix. Like, this is not something we normally see from GXR. Both teams actually running the Phoenix on this, and I think we are seeing the meta developing into something else here.
Okay, a lot of utility being expanded here towards A. Careful now. Is anybody gonna go dash in right now? Finally, that's it. That's the cue that we're waiting for. Sway gets onto side here, gets the kill on Alka. Unfortunately, missing all the right place right now. See what they can pick up right here as Ivory trying to get a little bit closer into the
Spike
site.
planted.
Manages to pick up one in the shock dart and Ritz down. And everybody dropping down low, time taken away, but Muffin Loop gets two. Close out that one.
One enemy
It's
remaining.
going to be, pardon me, there's kind of a stuff popping out on our screen. But Muffin Loop closes out that round. And it's another good round here for Asteria. They're going to take that round 2-0.
Yeah, we're talking about the momentum there, but it looks like you mentioned, these women are pros. They won't let that one loss get to them too much. They probably are able to reset, but GXR, this is their first gun round. If they can hold this, then they can kind of get their momentum going again. So for GXR, I think this is a very crucial round 3 to come in. But I mean, like, we've seen them come back from 210. I don't think they get phased even if they lose this round that they're supposed to win.
Yeah, and from what I could see, it was definitely an Intel flawless round, an Intel flawless moment that was brilliantly
Revealing
done
area.
here by Asteria right now. But going into the next round, finally a bye coming up here for Galaxy Racer. What can they do? Everybody getting spotted out here in the camera. Will reveal one.
My
Trix
ult's not
gets
ready.
one though. He's blind.
Spike down B.
Meantime, as he tries to go for the wraparound, could find another Trix. Unleashed, finding 3 kills.
Spike down
Able
B.
to find a
One
4th.
enemy remaining.
And my God, what an Intel flawless round that was. Amazing work from the Galaxy Racer side.
Yeah, Trix. We talked about her being on a duelist, being like one of the strongest players, and she was playing the Sova the previous round. Now she's playing Sentinel. She's a killjoy, locking down that B side, and that's exactly what she did. Was able to lock down the B side with her
Placing
Phantom,
alarm bot.
got a 4K to boot, and we're really seeing her experience and her skill here. And if she's shot calling as well, that's just,
Here.
I mean, you've got an IGL that's fragging.
Yeah, and absolutely exciting, absolutely ecstatic. How great is it to see when your Sentinel and your IGL is fragging out like that? But let's see if they can keep that momentum up. Good flash, they know where she is. Counter flash, but Molly out. Flash, but the backup is there. And Aya and Alka, they clean up control towards A.
Take flight.
Absolutely well done there. To be able to secure that map control. Mikasi able to find another one on his way. And GXR, they're shutting it down right here.
And this is the gun round for Asteria. For GXR, if they win this is really the momentum going for them. They're trying to build the economy up right now. It's a 4v2. They have information that Alarm Bot was really well placed by Trix, and they really know where Asteria are coming. Trix is still on the B side, though, not over-rotating yet. Still waiting for the rest of her teammates first before actually committing to the side. She knows that they're there.
Yeah, let's see what they can do. And
Swarm grenade out.
well, to be one person left standing, Britzy,
One enemy remaining.
the only person.
Spike
has a
down
bulldog
B.
in her hand. The spike is dropped. It's recoverable. A lot of footsteps being made, though. Britzy
30
able to
seconds left.
capitalize on that.
On target.
But one after the other. What a great shot from
I have the
Britzy.
sight.
Not able to trade it out. Good communication, good teamwork. 2-2 right here. Galaxy Racer, man, they're holding strong. They're looking good.
Yeah, she made it expensive, I'd say. But still, GXR getting these rounds, and it's really gonna make them, like, you know, build that economy right now. There's still a little bit on the lower side on creds, but they still have full guns here. And for GXR, I'm happy with this. Like, I'd be feeling good about going to the next round, especially if they can win this anti-eco.
Turret down.
Flash and dash towards B. See if they can get the control that they need. It does look like they have secured it for the meantime. And part of us, we're having a little bit of audio issues. Trust me, we're getting a little bit confused here as well. But the screen doesn't
Calling my
lie.
bot.
And, well, for the most part, it doesn't. But Ivory gets that kill onto Muffin Loop, and that's a crucial scalp. Shrey will get one, but gets traded down as quickly as it gets.
One
it. And
enemy
that's
remaining.
another clean round here for Galaxy. They are mopping the floor with Asteria right now. Their defense holding strong yet again.
Defuse the
Yeah,
spike.
it's a great cleanup by them, and they save 4 guns going to the next round. Now, we were talking about building up the economy. You know, times are tough. Things are more expensive. There's a bit of a Valorant inflation for utilities, and if they're able to keep this up, they can start building up a great lead for them.
I agree with you if they can build that up, but so far, they have been finding that form. Could we be seeing a repeat of game number 1, 10-2? It's looking like it might be in the books here, but the gun round is coming up here for Asteria. They have 4 rifles and, well, inevitably 5. Nobody going for the op just yet. Let's see what they can do. These rounds have been so quick. Haven't really been seeing any real mid control actually thus far.
Yeah, besides the first round that actually got a mid control, I think it's been difficult for Asteria to break through the fence of GXR. They've not been trying to take mid that much. I'm not sure why. They've been trying to go through both main sides, and it looks like GXR are actually playing the aggressive push and position here onto the A main side. Baby Aluka actually takes Shrey down. So this aggressive push from GXR, already getting the 1 kill. They get a little bit of information as well, and they quickly fall back. GXR are playing very disciplined here. They have 4 on A right now, and they're ready to receive this attack.
Yeah, definitely going to be difficult to break out through this A side. That's the ultimate now being deployed. Flat coming up right here.
You should run
down. But it looks like they might not hard to win. It is definitely in an awkward position.
You want to fight it?
Going off and breaking the switch just to make sure. Hunter's Fury now being deployed. As they do dash into the side here. And Galaxy Racer, they're looking to close down this round yet again. As they do and everybody dropped right now. Everybody falling down one after the other. And Galaxy
1
Racer,
enemy remaining.
on a clinic. They get everybody. Ivory with a triple right there in that round. Galaxy Racer are just looking unstoppable at this point.
Yeah, they look really good right now, and they lost a pistol round. They lost the eco, of course, but right now with the rifles, they're just really sharp. And I mean, we haven't even seen Baby Aloka unleashed yet. Right now, it's Trix and Ivory really locking the sights down. And for Asteria, we talked about this. The attacking side is just where they really need to be a bit more, I think, cleaner on the executes, and it's not happening right now for Asteria.
Yeah, you're right. It's not clean. I feel like they need to work on mid a little bit. They need to get a little bit of control there. Try to experiment with finding some positions, cutting off some rotations towards short. And a pick like that, exactly what they need. Sway gets a kill with the Marshall. Good kill to find, but they need to do a little bit better. I think they still have a massive disadvantage in terms of the weaponry. They have to make up for the fact that there's a couple of sheriffs and you know, just the Spectre in their hands here. Meanwhile, there's 4 rifles on Galaxy Racer's side.
Be faster.
Another headshot from Sway. Like, that Marshall is really deadly in the hands of a really sharp jet. And she also has her Blade Storm. Commits it. Mikasi is going to be there to try and defend this, but cannot stop them from funneling to the side. Sway gets another kill onto Ivory, and looks like she's going to take everyone down. She's poised right now to go for more, but Mikasi takes 2 down, and they're actually debated into the wrong side. They're on B. The spike's actually on A. It's like just a complete debate from Asteria there.
Well played, actually, to sell that complete fake here, but there's still quite a bit of time here for this retake to happen. Well, not that much time. It's going to be definitely a close one. What can they do? It's going to be the ulti from Phoenix. Going to be right now.
Player
How
standing.
can they do it? That's going to be an equal round for Asteria. As they do get the kill onto the diffuser, and Galaxy Racer, they take a loss in this one.
Yeah, we were asking for something new here. Like, that's definitely something new. The complete sight bait on such a big map like Ascent. This is gonna take some time to rotate there, and they played the post plan properly there. And I think Asteria finally that was clean, right? Like, those shots from Sway with the Marshall just really made that round possible for them.
Don't hold back.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So, Tricks right now, robot bars.
Destroyed.
Oh, shot coming in. No, not gonna be. It's Sway to actually get that kill on Mikasi right there in this battle of offers right now. But looks like it's gonna be quite a trade as Muffin Love does go down. On the other side, here is one more round as gets 2 chances to get that kill, gets that pickup onto Aya. So definitely a lot better on their attack side. This is what I wanted to see. A little bit more patience, a little bit more presence towards mid so that it offers them the option of a rotation. And it's working out for them definitely here. Now, it's all up to Trix, who does manage to, I think, sneak up.
Got one.
Definitely gets the kill right there onto Sway, but still has 3 scalps to find. Should probably just elect to save this operator.
Alarm bot
Yeah,
out.
it's actually like I think I've seen Britzy with 3 or at least 3 shock dart kills already in these 2 maps, and she's really good with using the shock darts. I'm not sure if it's the bounce, it's the timing, but she's getting those kills left and right. And on the side of Asteria, I think the Phoenix flash plus the Sova, the information from the Sova plus Sway's dash is actually letting them get into the site right now. So they have the tools to really open up the site. And I think it's finally starting to work out for them. Galaxy Racer, though, still not too bad. It's still 4-4. Their defense has allowed them to still keep the game at high. And being able to keep this up definitely is going to be important going to the next round.
Yeah, it's exactly like you said during the break. They need some way to hard entry onto the site. And with that Phoenix, with that Jet, there's just no excuse. Supported by the Sova. There's just no way that they don't get onto the site. So it's really, really a matter of breaking through that brick wall that we talked about earlier. And it's starting to show that they can actually get these rounds, these entries in their favor. If they can keep this ball rolling, Asteria are on the right track to bringing us to game number 3.
Yeah, the double duelist setup is really, I would say, the standard lineup, and it's working out for them. Like, I think these are what the teams are comfortable with. It's been the meta for the longest time, and I think that's just really what's going to be working for them. And Trix is going to go for this defense. Gets started, but actually gets taken down by Sway. Went for the greedy repeat there. Sway is going to take her down, and Baby Aloka is going to be holding this set. Actually peeks and gets a kill from Sway. Throws a grenade as well to buy a bit of time, but that was such a baller peek from Baby Aloka. Just peeks the Opper, goes for the straight headshot, and makes it even. But Muffin Loop on the other side of the map takes Mikasi down. The rest of us here are trying to consolidate power, but Aya is going to take one down as well. Baby Alka taking another one, and it's starting to look good for GXR. It's a 3v2. They're going to have to retake the site. Casper is stuck at Switch, though. They can't get the spike down yet. They're putting down the alarm bot, trying to get into Generator.
One enemy remaining.
Muffin gets quickly taken down. Casper takes Ivory down, but is taken down by Phoenix. Aya taking down the spike planter there. No spike plant for them, and I think GXR are just starting to take things back into their control.
Yeah, I agree. You know, pardon us, ladies and gentlemen. We are also on our end experiencing a couple of things, and thank you for bearing with us through this. But in the meantime, we are enjoying this wonderful game. And if you guys at home, if nobody has told you, we hope you have a wonderful day. Then we hope you have had a wonderful day here. But it doesn't look like it's gonna be a wonderful time for these bots right now, because in the war of the robots, nobody wins. Here. Towards B they go, however. Let's see what the GXR can do here. Sway gets that kill to Alaka. Was looking to get a little bit sneaky in that corner. Trying to get sneaky and tucked away, but it doesn't matter. Tucked out here. Aya try across the other side of the map. And going to be a little bit of a rotation. They do have more control over mid. And look at how defensive Galaxy Racer are positioned. They actually have fallen back all the way towards their own spawn just to make sure they have enough people for a retake should it come to it.
Yeah, they're playing some strong trade positions as well, so Aya is not alone here. They're always ready to trade, at least if someone falls. And just to make sure that they keep their numbers up, Casper takes Aya down. And Sway with 5 HP here does take Mikasi with a headshot, though. Ivory takes Ritzy, and Muffin takes Ivory down. It's all up to Trix right now. It's 1v3. Sway is low. She's not really in a very good position because she might get spotted here.
30 seconds left.
For an entrance, gets spotted by the alarm bot.
Getting a little bit too brazen, I think, with the re-peaks on the other side here. But Trix is able to pick out one here onto Sway. Can't see anymore. It's a difficult task here as she gets closer and closer, but not close enough as Muffin Loop is able to close out that round. Looking like we have a tie game on our hands, Key. And this, we could see another overtime, and this is the first game of the series. We've got a lot more action in the coming days, and if this is any indicator of what is to come in the rest of FSL, then I am so much looking forward to the rest of this weekend.
Placing alarm bot.
Yeah, I just really want to see if these teams have actually started catching up to AE Celeste. Alter Ego Celeste, of course, the reigning champions for each Valorant Open. 1, 2, and 3. They have a perfect 30 score, 30 points in the circuit so far. And you know, both Asteria and GXR are really showing up on both sides here. I think for the side of GXR, they did a bit of a force buy here with 2 rifles plus 1 judge. Really wants to stop the bleeding here before going to the last round. Maybe hoping for being able to get a 7-5 here. And they should have enough treads for the next round as well. Aya is going to open up with a kill onto Shrey. Dodges the Blade Storm from Sway there. Gets a second headshot as well. Tries to flash himself out, but gets headshot by Casper. Aya, great hold there though. And Ivory is here to trade one for one, but Britzy is going to get the headshot onto Baby Aloka, and it's all up to Trix, who only has a classic. Has to pick up a Vandal here. Wants to go headshot, but Sway is going to get this wide swing onto Trix. Finishes her off, and that's a
Last
bloodbath
round
on
before the switch.
Tree, like just in front of the tree. Like I think everyone died there.
I just have to say, Sway is so deadly on that Marshall. So has gotten just with a it's a little bit criminal that she gets away with this time and time again, and they need to find a way to punish this, honestly. But like you said, 7-5 looking like it's very much in the books for Asteria. A far cry from the offensive showing, the offensive prowess that we have seen from them earlier on. It looks like a whole renewed team, and this is looking very, very honestly, I think enjoyable. This is a different attacking side. I feel like both of these teams might just be more comfortable with on Ascent. So I'm a little bit surprised that Bind was actually the first choice in this best of 3 series.
Yeah, and like you can see, like we're seeing, instead of like two very one-sided halves, we see a very close half, and that makes for more exciting like moments, right? Like you don't see someone just going one side, and I think for both halves, one side was just dominating too much, and I think here we're starting to see both teams adapting. All right, like you see mid-round adaptations, you see adaptations from one round to the next. And I think that's what's exciting about Valorant. So that was a timeout, I think a tactical timeout, in fact, by Asteria. Really wanting to secure the advantage going into the second half here, making sure that this last round counts so that they go into the second half with a 7-5 lead.
And that one round is going to be,
Recalling my bot.
you know, in earlier, what was a game of inches.
Satchel out.
One round I feel like a mile, and they need every single advantage they can get. Because earlier we lost. They lost in a 14-12. That one round could have been the difference between an overtime victory or not, or an overtime number 2 or not. And so they will want to secure the 7-5 because they are now really respecting Galaxy Racer. They have been forced to. Let's see if they actually check for Aya. I don't think they have any idea that she is here. And she is being very, very patient here. Like,
Oh no!
still with... No swing out, not just yet. Oh, there we go. Finally, the trade is there. Mikasa gets the refrag on it, but they have taken a couple of losses for their squad as well. 3 versus 2 right now. Galaxy Racer, 1-man advantage. They're happy to leave Trix off of B because she still has an alarm bot towards mid and a sentinel, a sentry bot
30
towards
seconds
B side.
left.
So they're just going to be happily sitting back towards B, and if they go B, sure, they'll just deploy the traps, buy a little bit of time. But there's so many bodies towards A, and Aloka gets caught off that angle right now. And it's going to be enough to bring the scoreline kind of more level.
10 seconds
They're
left.
cutting it close.
2-2. They still have the nano swarm
Last
there.
player
Casper can't get
standing.
through. Tries to jump through.
Spike
Actually, that
down,
actually
B.
means there's no more time. Tricks with the nano swarms there, just securing the round for GXR. There's well-placed traps there, and combined with Casper just
Switching
being too
sides.
low to cross when she tried to jump across. But unfortunately, you can't really jump across mollies here. Not at least not without an upgrade.
Definitely not. Just I think they ran the clock a little bit too fine right there. And after that kill, after that kill on the Aloka, they probably, I think it would have been actually better if they just committed towards it.
Yeah.
They know that
Yeah.
there's a killjoy that plays on to B. And I think it was just the spur of the moment. It's a little bit of a missed decision right there, a little bit of a mistake. But once you get that opening frag onto the site, sometimes you need that killer instinct. You need to have, you need to be out for blood. The moment you get that kill, everybody else swarm onto site, control it, and then really go for the jugular on that one. But they didn't. They hesitated. They ran out of time, and it punished them because they ran out of time, and it just was honestly one of the worst ways to lose a round by running out of time.
Yeah. It's really a game of seconds, and it showed there. GXR on the attacking side now. Let's see if they've actually switched things around. Sway gets a few bullets on Baby Aluka, but gets really low, actually. Runs into the paint shells there. 7 HP on that Jet. And GXR on the attacking side now. Let's see if they can actually take sides this time around. Like if they have a better showing than they did on Bind, I think it's gonna look good for them. Casper is stuck in backside right now, trying to get some shots on Kasi. Gets the headshot eventually, but Aya trades her. So it's gonna be a 1-for-1. Like really whiff those bullets, but now GXR have control over the site. He does get a 1-for-1 kill, but I think on the side of Asteria, gonna be a hard, difficult retake here. 7 HP on Sway, but she gets a headshot anyway. Straight onto Aya. The flash comes in. Baby Alga takes on Britzy. They're gonna try to go into the site. Shrey takes Trix down. There's a black hole being used as well. Shrey is gonna take everyone down. And Asteria with their retakes, and it's gonna kill Sway actually.
Oh,
Yo, I'm
a little bit of a miscom on that.
We good. We good.
That was deliberate though. That was we saw in the previous round Shrey throwing the molly down as well, and Muffin Loop was burned a little bit. Like I think it wasn't detrimental to anything in that round, but Shrey is a bit, a bit loose with those hot hands, but she deserved it this round.
Yeah, but you have to realize that this is I don't know, man. Economy is tight in round number 2, and if you have to buy for whatever, they're gonna full buy around it anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Sway is picking up the Marshall, and let's see if she can find the success that she did earlier. Because, like we said, Sway has been lethal with the Marshall this entire game. Wouldn't be surprised if she finds a few more scalps right here. Now going head-to-head with Aluka. So we're short trying to jiggle peek angle. Ooh, misses that. Will she miss the second? Does actually. Going for another re-peek right there, but the backup is here. Ready and waiting. Straight. Making sure that her teammate does not get caught off here, but Aluka is right there to trade the kill. 1-for-1 right now. Muffin Loop and Trey going head-to-head right there. And it's Trey to prevail with another triple. That's 2 triple kills yet again, back-to-back here for the Phoenix. And it's another well-placed round here. Asteria taking a lead 8-6 against Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, you know, Tens talks about the Marshall. He also really loves the Marshall, but he plays it like a musket. Though Sway doesn't really go for the no-scopes like Tens does. She's just so accurate with connecting the heads with that Marshall. And Shrey in that round really just backed Sway up there, getting those trade kills onto Tree when she missed her shots. And really secured round versus here. Now it's GXR's turn to actually take this round. They have the rifle. Let's see what they can do.
Swarm grenade out.
Let's take a look and see whether they can keep that ball rolling. I mean, momentum is absolutely crucial, especially on a map like Ascent, where both teams can be so fundamentally solid. You need that extra advantage. You need that extra momentum to be able to keep you going right now. But Muffin Loop is going to be the one to break the deadlock, gets that kill onto Ivory, and an important kill to find, especially on their bonus round. They need to make things as expensive as possible. The B split now coming in, however, Casper and Aya getting killed of their own right here, but they finally have opened up that B site somewhat. Casper still has to be dealt with, holding the position on the stairs though. Can they actually get rid of her right now? Doesn't look like the answer is going to be a yes for now, as they all fall off the angle and try to get away onto site. Everybody is buried deep here. Casper still looking for one. Aya gets that kill onto the ultimate of Shrey here, but been expended. They know where she is.
One enemy
so
remaining.
much information to work with, and they're able to mop up the floor with Galaxy Racer and Asteria with the post plants have just been on form this entire series.
Yeah, they're so good on defense, and GXR losing that round, they're really on the back foot here. That was their buy round. They couldn't secure the site in time. They didn't get enough kills from their default there. They lost Ivory so early against Muffin Loop, and that just made it difficult for them. No smokes, and controlling the site just becomes a nightmare. And GXR really need to clean up their executes here if they want a chance to actually even the game out.
Oh yeah, this GXR, honestly, they are doing really well. I like the ideas. They're approaching the site much better than they did, in the previous map. They're going for those splits. They're going for a little bit of map control, but they're losing in the post plants. And I'd like to see a little bit of a better time. They need to be a little more patient, I think, when setting up for the post plants. They need to be able to, I think, maybe go for more, maybe push spawn, maybe
Blocking vision.
hold market for longer.
Pulling them
Because they
in.
are getting caught off. They are getting caught off in this post plant. Whether it's trying to set up for post plant, or whether it's being in an awkward spot right after it goes down. But like I said, now they're gonna go for an
Spike
8.
down
The
A.
blender.
One enemy remaining.
And, you know, out of the frying pan into the oven, that's exactly what we just saw right here from Galaxy Racer. They all get taken out of the equation with another triple here. And Asteria, they're looking very, very fine.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same bad habits that we saw in Bind, pushing a smoke from the Astra, not waiting for the utilities to be expended before fully committing. They just went all in there, just 100% ham into A, and they couldn't even get the spike down. Lost a few pistols there. It just wasn't worth it for them, but they are going to another full buy round this time around, and maybe they'll play a bit more
Stay
patiently
safe.
this time. But GXR are in the back foot right now. Asteria with a 4-round lead after the whole map being pretty much toe-to-toe, and now Asteria are hoping to get away with this.
Yeah, I think so.
Joke's
Now,
over. You're dead.
5 rifles for both squads. Sway does have the operators who will pick up with that. Aya, ultimate though, unable to find anybody truly. There is Casper buried deep under hell right now, and they're right in front of each other. Out the other corner. It's actually Casper who gets the jump onto 1, gets the jump onto 2, and a 3rd! Casper with a beautiful triple,
One enemy
holding, lying in wait, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And decisively she does, securing the round for Asteria in a beautiful moment, getting them that much closer to match point.
Yeah, that was an Intel flawless round, and I believe that was the smoke from Ivory actually concealing Casper there in that corner, and Casper taking advantage of that. They didn't check that corner basically, and you know they lost 3 just to 1 Killjoy hiding inside. I think they really didn't expect that. They didn't bother checking the corner, some even pre-firing it. The smoke was just a bit too shallow for that. That actually it hit Casper in that corner.
Yeah, what a play from Casper. One of the finest displays of patience that we have seen thus far. And hopefully more to come here. What's on the books right now for Galaxy Racer? What can they do to come back? Because they're shot with absolutely no money left. They have to play for overtime. If you ask me, they're going for a little bit of a broken buy and shoddy buy right now. Muffin looking to bring down that board, make sure that nobody can really hold on to it. The spray control is good right now for Muffin Lu, but Mikasi is even better, getting a double of her own, and that secures them a little bit of control and a little bit of time towards sight. But they're going to rotate. Oh, what a shot right there from Ivory. Nice one tap here, bringing us to a 2v2.
That's probably what they need here, just 2v2. Mikasa is really low right now, but it just might be enough for them to take this round. There's a Recon Bolt coming out. Casper sneaky again, hiding in that smoke. Kasi is going to have to take that turret down, otherwise she's going to fall. She's going to hold this tight corner, hoping for a quick headshot here before, of course, being taken down. She only has 8 HP left, and she's playing an off angle here to catch anyone that's rotating into the site.
Has to just go and be a little bit crazy just to maybe get lucky. There's one person holding on to site, and that's Ivory.
Last player
Can she
standing.
bait for her team? No, cannot get anyone. Absolutely crucial that she does. Misses the shot, however. Ivory pulls out the sheriff, unable to land the connection. It was a good attempt, however, in the end. Asteria coming out on top. Match point for the girls in blue.
Concentrate, Sova.
Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe Mikasi could have played that post plant with the Hunter's Fury instead, and Ivory could have maybe gone out with a shrouded step. But they had no information, except for they knew where Casper was, but they didn't know where Britzy was, and that just made it difficult for them to pull that post plant. And Asteria really showing that they had something at least on the attacking side. GXR still haven't gotten a single round on this attacking side.
Time out.
Yeah, the attacking side here, leaving a lot to be desired yet again from Galaxy Racer, but now it's their last chance.
Let's make
Whether
some
they can do it
chaos.
or not, it's going to be a little bit of a tough ask. 5 rifles, and Sway holding the aggressive angle right now will not be dissuaded. Not at all. He misses a little bit of regardless, the Aluka. Beautiful showstopper right here is able to get onto site. Another chance for Aluka. gets a double. Is able to get that double entry, exactly what their team needed. A couple of whiff shots from the opposition. Is able to pick them up on operator. And that's her kill. Beautiful third kill to find right now. Looking for more. Finally is punished. Finally is taken down, but she has done the damage. 3v1v4 retake scenario right now as Mikasi does get the kill, trying to get a little bit aggressive towards spawn. And that's still 4 bodies to find for Muffin Loop, who has been phenomenal, but this might be a little bit too tall of a task to ask.
And there's Alarm Bot as well, spawning her out. So they know that she's there. She's just gonna pick up the op and try to save it. I think you could really feel Baby Aloka there with the Bloodlust. Like after getting that third frag, she still went for the greedy 4th pick there with that operator. Like she was really feeling it, and they're gonna look for this operator. Galaxy Racer don't want to lose them this op, and Trix is gonna get taken down. Gets a bit of damage, then Muffin Loop misses because too many targets, and Mikasi is gonna take that down for them. And I think that's worth it for GXR, but they have to keep this up. They're still in the back foot. Asteria only need to win 1 more round to advance.
Yeah, 1 more is all they need. They do have all that they need more just to be able just to close out this round and take us to map number 3. GXR, they have a mountain to climb if they want to survive this. It's not going to be easy at all, but they have shown resilience before. I would not be surprised if they were able to pull it off yet again, but it's going to be a Herculean effort.
Revealing area.
Come close to doing that. 8, 9, 10, 4 rounds. 4 rounds is what they need right now. If they can break the economy once and win a gun round, very much possible.
Let's see if they can actually string a few rounds in. They're starting to get their groove here. Slowly taking control over the site, getting some fakes on, and Ivory is going to take down Shrey. They're really starting to feel here. Galaxy Racer, it's not too little too late, but it's gonna be Trix going down to Muffin Loop, so it's down to 4v4, but they are gonna get the spike down, and they still have someone in the flank. Baby Aloka is still holding the Killjoy down on the B side, so Casper is kind of stuck there. And it looks like they're gonna try to hunt Baby Aloka, but she's not the hunter. She is the hunter here, and Mikasi is gonna use the hunter's here. He spots someone out, but does not really get any damage done. Sway gets tagged a little bit. Might have to meet Baby Aloka here. Blast coming out. Sway gets the headshot onto Baby Aloka. 2 HP remaining. And Galaxy Racer are gonna hold his Mikasi with 2 quick kills, and Aya is gonna get a headshot onto Brits, and Galaxy Racer shows signs of life here.
The lineup right there, and well played, man. This again, divide and conquer. Galaxy Racer, they're warming up. They like to come out late, don't they? They like to hold things until the last minute. But when they do, man, they are popping off, hitting shots left and right, and I think we might see another overtime here, Key. I think it's very much possible. Only three rounds really stand in between these guys, and look at the money. Asteria, they're going to be broke if they take a loss on this round. If they lose this round, we could potentially be seeing a 10-12 scoreline already. This is getting into dangerous territory for Asteria, and so they need to close this down as fast as possible, as soon as possible. Fortunately, it's 1 more chance for them. The Blade Storm is up. They have 3 ultimates on Asteria's side. They have the tools. They have what they need.
Spike
they have
down,
the
mid.
kill onto Muffin Loop as well. Very win this round already. They have pulled themselves a little bit ahead here. Look, they've actually managed to bait out Mikasi from the corner. Muffin Loop whips the shot though, but oh, it's gonna be Aluka who gets that kill with the pain shell, now leaving us in a 3v4. They've turned it on its head.
Yeah, and Mikasi was pulled by the Astra there. That was some big brain play by Muffin, but unfortunately she couldn't connect her shots. And Aya is gonna take control over this site. Got the first kill to entry into A. Baby Aloka takes Fritzy down.
1 enemy remaining.
Is taken down as well, and Mikasi is gonna clean things up. And Galaxy Racer, they're like a diesel engine, man. They needed to heat up, and then once they're heating up, they're really heat up.
Oh, definitely. I feel like they had to... I don't know, man. It reminds me of my hot water heater. You have to leave it on for a few minutes before it suddenly does anything. And Galaxy Racer, they're just showing that they're very much late game players. Late game bloomers. That's just how they are. They bloom in the late game.
Maybe like they just wake up like towards the second half. It feels like that's what's happening right now, and they're all really sharp right now. They still have the economy for Asteria. They still have quite a bit of a broken buy here. Not completely, but Britzy with a Bulldog and light armor here. And Galaxy Racer, let's see if they can keep this going. Asteria still, they just need one more round here. They just need to, I mean, they got an opening frag just now on GXR, but they just really need to finish off that one round to get into game number.
Yeah, they get the opening pick, sure, but they've taken a loss on every other front. It seems like Galaxy Racer, they have such a good grasp of game economy, knowing when, if they lose something towards A, they'll make up for it and trade it out like they chose towards B or something else like that. But, Aluka manages to get one here before she goes down. Britzy lining it up, does damage, decent damage, in fact. However, no kills to be found on the back of that Hunter's Fury. He only has a Bulldog. Casper is also sitting, though, quite low on HP. Not a lot of people on perfect HP right now. So everybody has a very, very good chance of getting taken down by that Bulldog. Look at the HPs right now. Only Aya's pretty much safe from it. Everybody else is in a little bit of trouble because he's just going to get wall back right there with that beautiful recon dart. Courtesy of Britzy. Now it's going to be the retake, and this is where AST have been so good. They have been lethal on it. Shock dart, one after the other, finding them both here. Britzy coming alive. They have to find Ivory. Where is she? They know where she is, in the corner. And in 1v1, Sway will get it. Asteria, they prevail in this, preventing the round from being taken. But no, they run out of time, and it's a Yahoo clutch here for Galaxy Racer. What am I witnessing here?
This is the first series that we're watching for this playoffs, and it's just so close. Like, that was down to, I believe, just a little bit over a second there. Just enough time for Galaxy Racer to secure that spike. And, you know, like, economy. Look, Galaxy Racer are still fine. Asteria, they're doing broken buys every single round, and it looks like Galaxy Racer have what it takes to really push this to overtime.
I was putting on my t-shirt, my coat on, and just like, we're going
Game
to game number
3.
three. Nope. No, Galaxy Racer, they refuse. They want to go down. If they're going to go down, they're going to go down swinging here, but looks like there is a little bit of a change up here. And like we said, man, the economy is in ruins. There's tattered. Mikasi position is compromised. Now they're looking to punish right here. Up close in front. Riggs, what? Being with the fans up a little bit awkward here. They line up for him, and Aya's good for the trade. Now they're still working on that side. Stray gets the kill on Aya, and finally closes the deal right now. Britzy will be revealed in her position, but still has yet to go down here. Pulls out the position for Ivory to be
Spike down A.
What a weird way to win.
Defenders
Asteria
win.
somehow closes out match in a 13-10. Not the most convincing of rounds, but they do it anyway. And we're going to game number 3.
All right, that was not the round that I expected them to win, but it's the usual suspects on the top of the leaderboard here. Muffin Loop and Baby Aluka topping this round again. It was so close, and Galaxy Racer, they were mounting a comeback again, but they were stopped because of that tree push. And I think for the side of Asteria, they finally figured something out. They stopped GXR, they stopped the bleeding, and finally won that round. Remember, it was 12-6 for the longest time, and it just was crazy. Like, but this just goes to show, right? Like, these teams are really neck and neck in how good they are. Like, headshot percentage, I mean, really going Asteria's side, but GXR, with those executes, started to look really good, and with those holds, were actually really good as well. But it seems like Asteria, they're definitely winning their own map picks here. Asteria won Ascent, Galaxy Racer took their own bind, and let's see going to map number 3 whether, you know, if this trend continues, then Galaxy Racer should be taking game number 3.
I am just elated that we're seeing such a good series on the first day here of the playoffs. I'm so happy, and I honestly thought GXR would do well. But this well against a team like Asteria, it just goes to show that even if they are newly formed, they have the moxie, they have what it takes to be able to really pull through. So we're hoping to see them, develop more and more as time goes by. But the series is not even anywhere near done just yet. We have a third game on our hands here before we go into a little bit of a short break. Any expectations before we go to it?
It's probably going to be another close game, number 3. I mean, just what
Oh
we've
yeah.
seen so far, it's just too close, neck and neck. Starting to see the offensive side for both teams spark up. Let's see who can keep this momentum up, and let's see who can really, really bring everything to the table here. It's going to be game number 3 here. It is really, really close between the two teams, and I just find it very difficult to really predict who's going to take game number 3 or the whole series here.
Yeah, I can't at this point. I just am throwing, all the gloves are off, everything, the little cards are on the table, just no idea how things are going to go. But what we do know for certain is that we do have to take a short break because when we come back, it's going to be game number 3 here at FSL. So don't go anywhere. The last game of the series of the night. We'll be back in just a second.
Welcome back, everyone, to FSL Valorant Open 4. I am Key, and with me is Illustrado. We've had such close games today, Ilu. Like, what are you thinking so far?
Yeah, I'm thinking that we're going to go to another overtime, man. This is just the only way it can culminate. Because if this is like a stomp on the last game, I will eat my hat. I just think that, after all the games that we've seen today, the quality of games and the lack of quality every now and then, it just makes for such an interesting drama and interesting runs here. And to say the least, going to map number 3 should be more of the same. What about you, man? I feel like we've been taken on a little bit of a roller coaster, and I don't think it's gonna stop anytime soon.
Yeah, same here. Like, both star players are really showing up here. The rest of the team is still there. Like, everyone's just pulling up here. Like, everyone's getting all the frags. But it's the exact same 2 top fraggers, like Muffin Loop and Baby Aloka. Like, we'll have to see, because Muffin Loop was really on a tear even on game 2, and I think that made a bit of a difference there for the side of Asteria. Between the two, I can't say who's actually going to take game 3 because it's just so close.
Yeah, I'm on the brink of just flipping a coin here because honestly, you can't. I mean, I feel like Galaxy Racer, they've shown their hand in game number 1 and they were phenomenal in it. But then, come game number 2, I feel like Asteria, they were really just simply the better team in game number 2. But not by a lot, by like a small margin, was that they were able to actually eke out that victory. And what really was, I think, positional and, just unforced errors from Galaxy Racer, which really allowed them to win in that way, that really, honestly, scrappy way from Asteria's side. Now, to recreate that success into the third map, it's getting later and later into the night for both of these teams. And so it's going to be a matter of whether these teams can actually hold on, which teams have that resistance, that tenacity to be able to bring us into the late stages after an overtime, after a close game number 2, and finally into game number 3, which should be more of the same.
Well, if we're talking late stages, maybe it's Galaxy Racer taking it, because we've seen that it took them a while to warm up, but maybe they've warmed up enough now. And with a little bit of a shorter break, maybe they're still warmed up coming into this third game. It's going to be on Haven. This is Galaxy Racer's pick, and they will be starting on the attacker side. I mean, we know that Haven is a little bit attack-sided, but both teams here favor the defensive side. We've seen both teams excel better on the defensive side here, and let's see if the map pick is going to transcend this defender side bias that we're seeing from both teams, and let's see if maybe Galaxy Racer are ready for Haven.
Yeah, it looks like it, but we're going to go and take a quick peek into what these teams are going to be picking here. I'd like to see the double initiator. I'm going to say it straight off the bat here. Well, they're not going to go for it for Asteria's side, but maybe Galaxy Racer might go for it, because so far, from what I've seen on Haven, Nova combination has just been so lethal. We've seen it locally and internationally. It's just been phenomenal here, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it yet again. But Trix is going to be on the Sova once more, so we're not going to be seeing Aya on it. It's actually going to be a little bit of a swap here, and a little bit of a, I'd say, pretty standard composition for both of these squads, actually.
Yeah, the double duelist comp. We see some teams favor the Phoenix here. I think the Thai teams particularly really love running Phoenix on Haven. We see it with X10. We see it being run by Full Sense as well, the Phoenix on Haven, because of those corners. It really helps you take control over Garage sometimes. B is also very easy to flash as well. So that Phoenix really is kind of like, this is a flavor pick though. Like some teams prefer the Reyna. Like EU teams, we see them run the Reyna instead. Like Scream will play the Reyna on Haven sometimes. And it's just really a difference in, I guess, philosophy here.
Yeah, and I think what really just works with whatever you've got running at the moment. I think both are viable here. Just really depends on whether you go for a lot more garage control or, just how you want to play it. But at the end of the day, it's going to be about who shoots bang bangs much better than the other team, I think. Because at the end of the day, man, let's be honest, an FPS game, one of the beautiful things about it is that you can rely on your mechanical skill a lot of the time. And we've seen that happen today. That a lot of the aim duels were won by Galaxy Racer in the first half, in the first game. Now, the tactics didn't really come into play that much, so it just depends on what kind of team you are, how you want to play it here. But for this map in particular, just a little bit of a standard setup for both of these squads. Do you expect to see anything weird here, or is it just going to be a little bit more of a brawl?
I think it's going to be pretty standard. I don't see anything special in terms of how they're lining us up. Like you said, double initiator would be exciting. Sova plus Sky is interesting here. Breach can work as well, but it seems like that's not something we're seeing right now. And it's going to be a standard duelist lineup for both teams. And let's just see whether the gunplay, who favors the gunplay here. And it looks like Sway is going to get a few shots onto Trix, who was looking backwards. Get some frags there, but Aya is going to get taken down by Muffin. Not sure what she was looking at there.
A little bit confusing considering there was already Ivory who was watching the flank there, but in the end they're just gonna go and fall off that angle and go towards C. Little confusing.
Like...
And they use the smoke of Omen. That's not free anymore, mind you, and so that's a lot of the utility already expended that they can't exactly get
destroyed.
back now. Casper will happy to be giving away the C site here. Maybe recon off of it. Now the spike will go down. I'm not going to still alive. Eventually going to get Frost here. Mika C happy to go for that trade, but so will Trade. Now they're going to be barreling their way onto the side.
Last player standing.
Still alive somehow. Trix will get shot through the wall right now, and one by one they get picked up off here, and it's a clean retake yet again. Asteria on the retakes. We good. Such a thing. We good.
Yeah, the retakes are really great, and the thing is about the retakes, right? They pull out of the site when they know that they can't hold it. They have very good recognition here. Ivory dishes out a little bit of damage before falling back and waits for her teammates to go for a full retake, and that just really is the edge for Asteria. The edge just really works out for them. With the really awkward start from Galaxy Racer as well, took Aya down, Trix down really low. It was going to be a difficult round for them, especially with that start.
And definitely after losing that pick off in the HP at the very, very beginning, I think it was a little bit ill-advised, but they made it work. They got a plant off anyway, so they're going to be in not terrible shape. They can actually just go for a full eco and maybe buy up in the next one.
Standing ahead.
Just try to make things a little bit expensive here. It's a little bit of a saving grace that they do actually go for it. But look at this, Asteria happy to go for the mid push. Look at how much they've gone, how much control they have here. They've left A side almost completely unguarded. Only one person standing in their way. However, it is Muffin Loop, who is already taking down Aluka to 34 HP here. Aya over the line. It's another robot war here outside of A main. Trick is able to get a kill with the classic. The backup is coming here, but nope.
One enemy remaining.
A little bit of a confused, discombobulated GXR is going to get picked off one by one, and that's going to be the second round very cleanly taken here by Asteria.
Yeah, one by one they fell there, and Asteria they're really mixing things up on this Haven. Like the first round, they just played a tight defense, pulled the rug for under them, and then retake the site. And then round number 2, that was a 3-person push up mid, just trapped GXR there, and I feel like, A lobby looks like bad luck for GXR right now.
Yeah, I like the confidence that Asteria is showing. It shows that even on eco rounds, they're not afraid to take chances, even though there might be players holding close. They are happy to go for him, and that just bought them a round. But look at this. They They go for a third round operator here. Sway already
Spike
has
dropped.
it. And this is a very dangerous one. It's glass cannon, mind you. And so they are going to just commit everybody towards C. But there is 2 players holding strong on this, as well as the Sentinel. All the traps. This is going to be a tough site to breach here. Baby Aluka going to get flashed off, but a little bit of a good save right there by the smoke. Actually allows him to fall off and get into the site now, and it's going to be a full 5-man retake. 5v5 coming into this. This might work out for GXR, considering Sway actually does have the operation here. Opening pick onto Casper.
Spike planted.
GXR aren't really taking that much control over the areas first before planting, but it looks like right now, at the very least, they are taking some frags left and right here, making it a little bit better. It's a 4v3. Baby Alaka pushes out a little bit, takes down Britzy, so it's a 4v2 now. It's starting to look good for them, but Muffin Loop, the top fragger with the Spectre there, kills someone all the way along. Used the star to actually get closer. Now it's down to a 2v2. Shrey brings it down to a 2v1, and Baby Alaka in the corner there is gonna take 2 frags on logs. That was the Yahoo clutch by Baby Alaka. That was okay. I actually thought Asteria were gonna take that round. That was almost, in my eyes, a lost round already.
Yeah, the moment that Trix goes down in C long, that's a lot of their positioning, a lot of their real estate that has been taken away from them. The fact that they actually come out on top of that round, it's really, really well played. I mean, once you lose your C long player, that's the moment that the players on the C site should start getting worried, because they could get flanked from anywhere. They could get pinched on from long, from garage, from spawn. There's just so many opportunities for the retakers, but they managed to hold their line, hold their own, and just come out on top of it. And really, just a textbook hold, a textbook post plant. This goes to show GXR, man. Maybe they won't need 10 rounds to warm up anymore.
Yeah, it looks like they're feeling good. And one thing to note, Asteria, that was supposed to be the bonus round for them, but they actually lost a lot of guns there, and they don't have the money to buy on this round. Like, normally you'd see this round number 4 as a rifles versus rifles round. It looks like the economy just tough for both sides. 3 rifles and 2 Spectres on the side of GXR, and it looks like it's going to be a really quick trade here. Britzy taking on Ivory, but Aya takes on Muffin Loop with her Spectre Sway. With that deadly with that Marshall as usual, not being able to find the kills yet on this spike. He is down. Gonna try to go for the shot. Aya and trapped in the corner there, takes down Sway, dismisses really quickly just to get the safety, and is looking really good for GXR. A side
1 enemy remaining.
take over. Mikasi takes 2. Aya is there as well. This duo just taking frags left and right. And it's all down to Britzy here. She only has a classic. Wants to go for those exit frags probably, and maybe just die to the spike if she doesn't. But if she can,
save this Phantom actually.
Yeah. So they let go of long, and not Britzy's gonna take a gun.
That's fine. I mean, they'll be happy with it anyway. I mean, they managed to get a couple of rounds, so they really never mind.
they lost the. She already has the gun. Like, that's kind of greedy to peek out right now. Okay, maybe she wasn't planning on completely saving. Maybe she wanted to go for the high risk play there.
Maybe just have someone off and make it a little more expensive. But I think the save would have been really beneficial to them actually, considering how low their economy is. Because look at this.
Yeah. 0. Casper.
Yeah, Casper's actually broke.
No utilities. Oh no,
no utility at all. Yeah. Oh yeah, she has. You're right.
Yeah, I didn't realize it actually goes down like as they're planting it. Yeah, but she still has the utilities, but that's 0 creds. And going to the next round, if they lose this one, they'll be back to equaling.
Yeah, well, hindsight is 2020, but let's see what Galaxy Racer can come up with.
I have this fight.
They have shown that they're very capable of taking the sites. Holding them is a very different story. Now, when it comes to the A site, they have found some success there, but Asteria, they're happy to play this differently. They're happy to go the other route and play aggressive towards A. Now, it's actually Galaxy Racer's turn. They're going towards B. Trix is able to get picked off.
You should run.
No, it's actually just only onto the ulti of Phoenix here as Aya manages to against Casper, holding Barrage defiantly as Sway gets that kill onto Trix, but it's going to be a trade here. The timing could go in Aya's favor.
Down.
Oh no, they've dropped the spike. It's in a little bit of a weird spot. here, but it opens up the C site for them with those trades. This topsy-turvy round has turned on its head definitely, but there is still some time and control for the both of these.
One
Now,
enemy
Muffin
remaining.
Loop, they're going to right now. Aya is able to go. No, it's Muffin Loop with a triple yet again. And the aim so deadly, so precise. Taking another triple kill. And can anybody stop Muffin Loop right now?
You're talking about the roller coaster earlier, right before the game, and it's another roller coaster again between Galaxy Racer and Asteria. Even the whole round was a roller coaster, trades left and right, but you know, they can be trading left and right, but one thing's for sure, Muffin Loop is going to go for those heads, and she clutches that round by herself. Not really clutch there, but like, just took 2 down with that sharp aim with the Phantom. Actually, Stray Uu is the one top fragging right now on the side of Asteria with those 10 frags, and Asteria just looking great right now.
Yeah, they are definitely building up that steam that they need. They needed that round, otherwise, like we pointed out, they would have been absolutely broke here. And look at this play coming out just to scare off anybody who's coming towards A. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So they're going to be going again towards A site. So let's see if Aluka and company can actually manage to find that entry that they do. Showstopper to the face, misses the connection actually. But Aya's right there for the trade. They've only found one thus far, but
Last player
up the
standing.
position, somehow still alive. How is she still alive? Trey is able to duck and dodge. Just playing the angle, isolating the 1v1s with a little bit of luck and a lot of skill, is able to hold on to that site, and Asteria yet again find another round.
Sentry.
She's masters of the green boxes there. She was able to hold the site, but Asteria really had a good read there. They had 3 committed onto A and just wanted to play retake on B and C, and that hold was really important for them. And Baby Aluka missing that showstopper was definitely didn't help GXR there. And now they are forced to save and half buy on the side of Mikasi. So Sheriffs and Spectre.
Yeah. You know, GXR have been alright. They have been getting a couple of kills here and there with the Sheriff. Now haven't found the victory round to the eco round. So I think this is more really about just doing economic damage to Asteria, and hopefully that they can maybe shut them down in the following rounds. Now they are going to be pressuring Barrage quite a bit this way. Get caught off trying to reposition up against Aya, who will be able to full heal and get out of dodge without a problem. Can't say the same thing for Ivory, however, as A long control has been taken yet again. So instead, what's the plan? They go towards C, hopefully try to make something happen here as the shock darts come out for Britzy, not really finding anyone just yet, but they do get closer onto the site, trying to sneak up through, and it actually works. Contact play has found them some level of success. They have found their way onto the site, but Casper and Shrey, they're cleaning up the back lines here, as Shrey is able to get closer, but Trix and Baby
30 seconds
Aluka,
left.
they've turned it up again, bringing us to a 1v2.
Is the
Oh
Sheriff.
no, they're lining up.
Thrifty.
Oh, what a round. Trix turns around just in time with a 180, but that could have, they almost lined up for her. That could have been so deadly. And an eco round win for Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, that wasn't a round that we expected them to win, but those Sheriffs were deadly in the hands of Trix and Aya, and then it was just, they got kills left and right there, and it almost looked like Muffin Loop was gonna connect that spray, but unfortunately for her, they didn't line up just yet. I think if she just waited, if she were a second earlier, maybe would have gotten the lineup, but you know, like, it's really close. We expected this coming into this match. Both teams are just neck and neck, and right now the score is still pretty close again.
Yeah, you said it. 3-4. Literally one round separates the both of these guys, girls, quads, excuse me. And it's gonna be towards 8 yet again, where they will be making an attempt. It's the Astra ulti already being secured here. A lot of hesitation to go through it. Muffin Loop will be destroying it. Good paint shell actually, but that's an ultimate as well. Gonna get that hit on Mikasi here in straight.
Spike down A.
Meat out of the GXR squad will finally get taken down, but it's a ultimate that has been deployed right now. They could make this work here. Ivory holding strong, holding the line, and Ivory
One enemy remaining.
with a triple. What a round! Just holding the line, making sure nobody gets in, bringing us 4-4. Galaxy Racer bite back.
She actually snuck all the way from B, and I think she made one big round for that extreme flank on Ivory, and that was completely unexpected. Like, we were talking about how GXR don't really have variations in how they actually execute sites, but that was the first time I saw a really successful flank for them, and I think that all these being able to mix up their strategies would really put Asteria on their toes. And right now it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Stray actually dies to the Nano, so Stray being really sharp for Asteria right now, really top fragging, getting those frags left and right, even on the A side just now. But, you know, 1-for-1 trade, it's the top fragger versus GXR's top fragger, and both teams just traded out really well there.
Yeah, you make a great point there. Stray actually has been lethal. Every time that Stray has the ulti, he finds 1 or 2 kills decisively, and is able to get actually into a safe position. So Stray has just been really one of those factors that you have to account for and that you have to really try to play around, because so far Stray has been a big thorn in the side of GXR right now. But it's a 4v4 retake scenario.
Nowhere to run!
Really on Asteria in this really weird quasi half-buy weird situation right now, but Killjoy ultis are actually deployed on both squads right now. They're committing 2 players towards Long. They both have to peek Muffin Loop, Ivory, and Mikasi to come out on top. And everybody is getting the cast for the last one standing. Bam, she's a ghost. And that's a great round for Galaxy Racer. They finally take the lead in the series 5-4.
Yeah, Galaxy Racer, it's a bit more of a team play from them. Like you said, everyone's getting their frags left and right. Stray, though, with 16 frags.
16!
That's absolutely insane. There's only been 9 rounds. She's almost at 2 frags per round, and that's just really stellar performance from her. Like, really, like, the combination of the Phoenix ult, knowing where to push. Asteria have been shuffling their defenses, but Galaxy Racer have also been making them guess every time, and I think that this is something different that I've seen from Galaxy Racer. I see great execution with Mikasi going for the trade. There's Stray sharp again, being able to take that trade. And Hunter's Fury was committed, not gonna get that much info. Baby Alka pushes all the way in front. Britzy caught with her gun down, and they're gonna go into the C side again. This has been the most successful side for Galaxy Racer so far. And Sway actually has the operator as well, so this is gonna be an expensive round if Galaxy Racer are able to take this.
I think they should actually just go ahead and save it already. 2v3 with an op in your hands, not the easiest retake at all by any means, considering the fact that they also have Ivory already securing C-Long, going for the flank. Not worth it if you ask me. But go for it anyway. Stray has been deadly thus far. Beautiful double flash. They find one, they find another. Casper finds a third. Casper here, still alive in this situation, though. Ivory is gonna get taken down, and Aya in this 1v1 versus Sway as the operator has to go huge. Tapping away. Will she stick it? Will she stick it? Oh my god, she's gonna have it somehow and doesn't land the shot. It's Aya to come out with a triple kill. 6-4, she goes down anyway. But a life lost, but the round won. 6-4, Galaxy Racer, they're pulling ahead.
And they're really pulling ahead here, and it's going to be a pause as well on the side of Asteria. So Asteria are going to call this timeout. They've been really smart with the timeouts, right? Like, you normally call a timeout to either stop the bleeding or to kind of like make the enemy slow down their pace a little bit. But Galaxy Racer really stepping up here, and like we mentioned, they warmed up a lot faster on this half, and some great executes that we're seeing from them. Really being able to take control over that site, that 50-50 Sway against Aya there. I think Aya just had the better timing at that point. Sway really got a half there. She stuck that half defuse. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, that was a great play actually to get to go for that half, and if you know, actually that could have gone either way. But yeah, the fact that Aya saw the spike going to the halfway mark actually won them the round, because she knew exactly where Sway was. And like you said, expensive round, man. Look at this. Nobody can really afford anything. And so they have to go and call for a tactical timeout here. Galaxy Racer on the attacking side.
Placing alarm
This is
bot.
not... They're Galaxy Racer, they're not a very good attacking team, or so that's what we've seen from them thus far. And yet, they are still winning this. So they are looking like they are in a very good spot to claim this first best of 3.
And don't forget, though, Haven is attacker-sided map, and on both sides they have 2 duelists, so I think that the attacking side should be favored here if they just execute well. But Baby Aluka gets the first kill onto Shrey, who has been the stellar performer for Asteria. Without the top fragger, without the hot S right now, Baby Aluka gets the second kill as well. She's really... You can feel the bloodlust whenever she gets these multiples. Tries to go for the third one as well, doesn't get Sway. Throws the blast back out for save measure, but she gets taken down. You can't destroy that blast pack. Damages them a little bit. Mikasi is on that corner, so she might be able to catch him off guard here. They don't have much guns here. 2 sheriffs and a frenzy. It's gonna be a difficult retake. Just really difficult to
Last
retake
player
right now.
standing.
And Ivory is gonna take 2 kills. Only Britzy remaining, and Aya is gonna finish her off. Galaxy Racer are starting to run away. 3-round lead right now.
Last round in the half.
I do have to point out, man. Listen, Aluka with those entries, that was kind of disgusting. Like she had a pixel to work with in between those, in between the smoke and then the crates, and she found the one pixel angle to get that headshot off, and then she finds another one pushing through the smoke. Just absolutely had no right to get those kills, but she did.
Oh, keep it up.
And we're seeing what Aluka can do here, but it's not just Aluka. It's really the rest of the team as well. Aya stepping up. Prince had a couple of rounds, and Mikasi has just been having a phenomenal series. So happy to see these girls perform here. And on the other side, Asteria, Shrey has been amazing, but everybody else needs to step up to her level because Aluka is making mincemeat out of the Asteria side right now. But Shrey has something to say about it. Gets
Spike
two
down.
before she goes
C.
down. Muffin Loop is right there, but no. Tricks now looking for more.
One
Tricks is
enemy
good
remaining.
for the second, bringing us to a 2v1, and yet again, and only Sway.
Spike planted.
Sway the favor of the round. Gets past the nanoswarm. This could be huge, but misses the timing on the kill. Just doesn't get the right approach on it though. Now precision has been given away, and this could just be nigh impossible for Sway here.
Yeah, it's just the timing when you have to go down those stairs.
One
Just
enemy
misses it.
remaining.
Ivory gets taken down though, and now it looks really possible for Sway to get this. Tricks versus Sway. She still has her shock darts. She can line this up, get that damage done, and Sway gets really low. Doesn't even get the half defuse. 19 HP left for Sway, and Trix is playing this really patiently. She knows that the defuse is not happening. Oh, and Trix playing with her food there, and Galaxy Racer with a commanding 8-4 lead going to the
Switching
second half.
sides.
I have to say that was masterfully played by Trix. Just outsmarting her opponent in that instance, knowing that she has to tap again, going for the pixel angle, and the moment that she sees her close, just falls away and hides more, waiting for that tap again. And the moment that the tap comes in, you peek. What a play! What a play! Just completely getting into the head of Sway right now. Just exactly what you can expect from a player of this caliber.
Yeah.
But I do want to point out, I really think we need to see a little bit more from the rest of the members from Asteria. Shrey is amazing. Muffin Love has been a little bit more quiet, maybe running out of steam after the first amazing 2 games that she put out here. And Casper has been putting up on a good show, but Britzy and Sway right now seeing a little bit more.
Yeah, let's see if they can turn things around. But Aya gets the first kill onto Shrey, the one with the hot hand. Sway is gonna take Baby Aluka down though. Britzy with the shock darts yet again. So I honestly have seen probably half a dozen shock dart kills already from Britzy right now, and she's just her timing with the darts. I don't know what did she get for trigonometry class, but like she's really doing well with those darts. And Aya with the big flanks here. Casper does pot her out though.
Oh, they've rotated towards B already. Mikasi's here to make that defense happen, and so is Ivory. They didn't expect 2. They have the spike dropped already, but the repeat coming up right here. Muffin Loop has the ghost, however, is very, very not lethal at this angle. Nobody's peeking. Mikasi getting a little bit ahead of herself. For the meantime, though, decides to go up and back up right now, and it's going to be sucked into this corner right here. Somehow still alive, though, and it's a standoff. It's a standoff here outside B long. Nobody can get ahead. but it's GXR to finally win it. 9-4.
Yeah, that was. They were really in for a surprise. Mikasi and Ivory kind of like just stealthily staying in B there, takes down the spike planter, and this is looking good for GXR. They came into the second half with a 4-round lead, and then they just took the pistol round, and it's starting to look good for them.
Yeah, 100% here, but let's take a look at the current economy. It's not looking good for Asteria. They are broke, to say the least, and on the other side, Galaxy Racer, they're happy to go on these Spectres, and they'll probably go for even more of these. Obviously, they're broke because they just lost the pistol round, but this is not a good sign because time and time again, Asteria have been reset. Time and time again, Asteria have been unable to string the rounds together. They win one, they lose the next one, they win one, they lose the next one. And so if Asteria truly wants to get back into this game, they're going to have to string those rounds together. They're going to have to find consistent ways to shut down the Galaxy Racer economy, because right now Galaxy Racer, if they win this, and they most likely will be 2 rounds away from match point.
Yeah, they're taking this time out to consolidate, maybe slow down a little bit, try to change their pacing, but GXR are just really strong right now, and they really want to secure these rounds. That's 4 Spectres and the Marshal. Baby Aluka on that Marshal on C long, which is what you want to see there. And it's good.
Yeah.
It looks like Asteria, they're just not doing anything right now. They were trying to punish a push. Oh wait,
Looks like we're still in. Wait, I think we're still in.
Oh, okay.
Might be a timeout thing.
Yeah. Like I thought the barriers went down, and then wait, what? Okay.
Yeah, it looked like it for a second. I think they might have just called a timeout right before it. But here we go. Look. Nice edge. That was a sick shot, if I may say. That was very sick. Perfect timing, and Aluka shows that it's not just you, Sway. I can do that too. I can play with the Marshal.
Yeah, the Marshal is just really good for the C-long angle, really getting that first headshot onto Shrey, no less. It just really weakens this year right now because the rest of the members still really need to get going here. And with Shrey down, I think GXR are really poised to win this round. They have the guns, they have the numbers advantage, and they're not biting on these fakes. They still have Tricks on A, making sure that there is still some pressure here. Tricks actually just rotating, proving me wrong here.
I'm not so fond of the idea of actually giving up A, especially on Eco round, because first of all, it's hard to take, and there's actually a lot of close angles that are very lethal for frenzies or pistols or whatever. But regardless of which, the utility is still massively in the favor of GXR, so they will be able to clear out these angles right now. So they'll be happy to go for the retake this time. If this were maybe a forced buy round, it could have been a lot deadlier, but and like I said, look at that muffler with the flank, with the frenzy right now.
One enemy remaining.
They're getting those pickoffs, and GXR are cleaning it up. Ritzy with Classic getting booped out of the corner, and that's gonna be it. 10-4. Asteria, they're in a load of.
Yeah, definitely the worst site to try and retake, but they made it work. And GXR, 6th round lead already. This is gonna be the bonus round for them. If I'm Asteria, I'll feel the pressure, like wanting to win this round. This is their gun round, and if they lose this, they go into, GXR might just get match point right after that, and then GXR are just too close. 12 rounds right now, and they can't afford to make that many mistakes.
Yeah, they definitely can't. They have to play pretty much perfectly and on point here, but fortunately for Asteria, this is the bonus round. They will be having some form of padding, some form of, I'd say, pressure alleviated from them from this round, because they know most likely will win this one. But then GXR has been very deadly on these rounds as well here. Baby Aluka is getting dropped down, 50 HP left on her. We'll go for another peek towards C-long just to get a little bit of her. Sway is going to take down Ivory. That's the Sentinel gone, and that's Garage open and right for the take. We only have Baby Aluka, who does have the Marshal. Scratch that, already gone out of the equation. Mika sees able to get one with the Spectre though, and it's now a 4v3. These have been won by GXR before, so I wouldn't count them out just yet. And Trix is still alive on
Spike
4 HP.
planted.
You know, still have full utility as well. Maybe some well-placed shock darts left and right.
Careful
Might
now.
take down Sway. She's just a bit too low right now. And wait, what? That was through the smoke. Aya getting the headshot through Sway there. That's a bit of a... What? I don't know how she got that, but that's exactly what they need. And Trix is going to take Sway down as well. They have control over the site. They have the smoke as well. And now it's just, they don't have vision over here. Aya is going to take another shot through the smoke. Seeing those tracers, Muffin Loop gets taken down. And it's all up to Britzy now. And Aya is going to get taken down. Britzy versus Trix. Sova versus Sova here. Britzy is one bullet to... Oh, there's the dart! What?
The dart and the defuse Trix, the mastermind level play.
Yo, like, we were talking about Trix not being on Jet, but this Sova is just, she has the mind for it. It's just, what? This is a masterclass in Sova by Trix.
That was so smart that she goes for the shock dart, and the moment that the shock dart is coming out, she goes for the defuse because she knows it's half anyway. That was holy.
Yo,
Wow.
I've seen,
What a play.
yeah, like, her post plans, like, those clutch situations, she lives for those. We've seen one on the other side, on the attacking side, while she was defending the spike. And it's just absolutely insane what Trix can do.
Come on, let's go!
It's like a Stray is going to be opening the side. Yeah, the Stray wins it on his back. Gonna take down Ivory. It's going to be a C take, but Baby Alucard is going to even the numbers out. Sway gets taken down, but it's actually a fake. They're actually going to the A site. Again, we talked about this. It's difficult to retake the site, and they're already running in, and GXR have no idea.
GXR fell for it, hook, line, and sinker, but Alucard getting the kill on Ray, who was going for the lurk right there, sensing that somebody had to be there to still sell the fake even more. So really, really well played, very intelligent, knowing that there's probably somebody still trying to go for a sneaky lurk here. But there's really now coming in, able to get one. Muffin Loop does one, but Alucard is right there for the third. 3 here. Mikasi reloading in a precarious situation, and Britzy with a classic right click.
Standing.
Only finds one though. Trix is able, and she wins these 1v1s, has that information. She's won these before, going for the aggressive push right now. Going for another shock dart, bringing her to 61. Gonna tap away at the spike here, and will finally take a loss in a 1v1. Casper prevails with a headshot, and putting Trix back in her place for once, keeping her feet on the ground. 11-5 GXR. Not Astralis, Asteria, hold on.
Yeah, that was a flick and a half though from Casper. Like, I think that in most situations, Trix might have gotten that, but Casper with a quick reaction and then straight flicked the headshot there. Yeah, that's just, you see Trix really playing those really smartly, but you know, unfortunately the timing doesn't go her way, and Asteria finally get around on the board. Sway with the Blade Storm is gonna save up some cash by using the Jet ult there.
Yeah. Well, we are seeing very, very good gameplay right here, and that in right here towards B site. It's the first time Asteria has gone towards B, and it might be a successful attempt here. Eco round, however, for Galaxy Racer, they have been picking up a couple here and there of these eco rounds. They won their last eco round actually, so they might repeat their success. Sway actually using all the blades right now. Stray is able to these four showstopper from Alucard, and Trix timing in with a headshot right there, getting one pick off, and suddenly this starts to look very, very dangerous. Now Muffin Loop able to slow down the pace and making sure that they don't stick onto that spike right now. The Hunter's Fury and all the utility, the Nano Swarm as well.
One enemy remaining.
Britzy finally chiming in with the kills. Only Trix standing no longer, not for too long. 11-6, and they found their stride. Asteria, they're maybe doing a GXR and building up the steam late into the game.
Yeah, they started building up like a little bit of their economy, started damaging GXR's economy the last few rounds, and the round that they won was actually where GXR didn't have that much economy left in the tank. So they had to eco that one round in Asteria. They're able to string these rounds in, but GXR will have the guns again this round.
Yeah, obviously they have have been very much in need of those guns. But Sway with a peek from C Long manages to get that kill onto Aluka. Big kill to find. They've found the top fragger. They found an entrance towards C. This is looking very good for Asteria here. Very good chance to get into this. Ivory's just given up sight completely here. But Aya getting the pick off onto Casper. They lose somebody onto C. They gain somebody on. They trade somebody onto A. And so that's a pretty good set of kills right now. Muffin Loop expecting to. What a good turnaround here. Ivory finally will take her down here. But that's already the damage done. Only Trix and Ivory left standing. And that's the ultimate right here from Ivory. They do have the lockdown. They're going to be working their way towards C. There are no smokes, so this is going to be a very tough defense right now if they want to go for it. That's on the foot right here. Sway will get taken down. Good flash right now, but manages to get away from the corner. Sheree still has one more, and then it's 2v2. Going to try to peek off this angle right now. They get it to half, but Sheree is able to
One enemy remaining.
One more. Could find another. Not just yet. It's Trix yet again. And this is a very difficult retake. Very difficult. Completely will fall off the angle. Give it up. That's a nice save. Good attempt right there from Galaxy Eraser, but Asteria win another.
Yeah, that was good, recognizing that she's not going to be able to defuse that. They tried, but Asteria are really heating up here. They're getting those opening frags. Muffin Loop with the great tuck in there, just in front of garage doors, able to take on 2 for 1. It just really made it successful for them. And Shrey still tearing it left and right, 24 frags right now for Shrey. Still the top frag in the map.
Yeah. And it's another eco. The Galaxy Racer, man, they're letting this slip. It's getting a little bit into dangerous territory.
Revealing area.
Have been getting punished. But look at this now. They're ready for any aggression that comes up. A little bit clever here. They're trying to take that pick onto that offer, but I wouldn't take that fight. Not if I were you, but able to get that kill. Again, it's just against the ultimate right there, but Sway finally manages to get that kill. Getting close towards short. They managed to pick off Mikasi. Now, it's a 4v5, and they have the whole map. They have 1 whole minute to decide where they want to go. And that's a nice shot from Aya to drop the spike as well.
Yeah, and those are what you expect from the Sheriffs. GXR have been really sharp with them. I call them the FaZe clan of FSL just because of these headshots from the Sheriffs. And they're really sharp here. I wouldn't dismiss them just because they have Sheriffs. And I think Baby Aluka might be able to get a frag or 2 here if she gets the timing right. Misses the shot.
Oh no.
Tries to hurry a little bit too much, and I don't think she's getting the timing anymore. But Ivory is gonna get a kill though on Trey. And it's still 3v3. So this is still doable for GXR. They still have a gun. The op from Trey though is difficult to take the C side. It's gonna be a lockdown again from Casper, so it's gonna be a free plant. And if Ivory might be able to get this kill, but Sway is aware. Dash to get away, gets some damage on the trigger. Ivory gets taken down, and it's now down to Aya plus Trix. See if they can get something here. Trix with a headshot. Fritzy takes her down though. Aya gets the head on Fritzy. I think this gun is down to a 1v1. This Sheriff is proving to be deadly. Would it be deadlier than an operator? Don't know, but Sway is gonna get that shot onto Aya. It's getting really close. 11-8 right now.
That still was an expensive round though, and they've made that happen.
I have extra money if anyone needs.
Just pistols. Now they're starting to pick up the pieces here. So, like I said, Sway stepping up now, and Shrey as well. 24 kills. Aya is the closest one with 21. And Galaxy Racer, they have let this slide a little bit too close for comfort now. It's 3 rounds between these guys. I want to see them change things up here. I want to see Galaxy Racer go for some mid presence, maybe go for a push, try to do something a little bit clever, just like that. That's exactly what they were looking for. Early pick towards mid, and they find a very big kill. They find Shrey down very early on. No way to resuscitate, no way to revive. There's obviously no stage here, and so they're going to have to deal with this 4v5.
That's 4v5, and the only character that can be revived without Sage is KO, and that's not.
Yeah.
KO is not ready yet for competitive, so we'll have to see if Asteria can still pull off this round. They're down 1 member, but they have had the hot hand, so we'll see if they can actually still take a round away from GXR.
Only a couple more before they seal the deal and become the team to advance here, but we have to do dig deep, definitely. Sway is on the site, but taken down by Aluka. Definitely not an easy thing to do. Oh, that could have been so awkward. Mikasi, will they expect her this close? Normally, Omens don't teleport further closer in, so this might catch them off guard. And Mikasi was exactly the person that they need the lift in to secure that round. The big brain plays right now.
Match point.
Getting up close and personal to seal the deal on that round. 12-8. Match point for Galaxy Racer.
Yeah, they finally bring it back, especially with that opening frag you mentioned. That's exactly what they needed. Something creative, something that's unexpected. Getting the opening frag was definitely detrimental to winning that round. And again, you mentioned everyone in GXR steps up. And I think Mikasi was the one that really stopped the bleeding there by teleporting forward. Really unexpected position to go to, but really sealed the deal for them. And GXR are now in match point.
Yeah. Well, now it's another kill. Probably the worst thing to happen for Asteria because Aya just kills. I'm a little bit surprised, but nobody was there to play for trades, and it's 4v5. Galaxy Racer, they're primed and ready. They could just take this game.
Yeah, they actually went one person for each site, and that just has me confused right now because Asteria have been playing together as a team. For the most part, and then it looked like Sway was just like, I'm just gonna go take a 1v1 duel first, and unfortunately for her, Aya was sharper there, but Muffin Loop takes Strict down, makes the 4v4. Are they actually gonna rotate?
No way. She's gonna go all the way towards A. This is very, very ballsy. So scary what she's doing right now, but
trapped.
oh, she gets caught off. Yeah. Hesitation, I think. If she maybe went straight towards A, that could have been well, but gets caught off instead.
No, you don't.
Gets caught off as well, and now it's going to be a 3v3. They're
30
both
seconds left.
sensing each other out here, and they're going to get that spike planted down onto C, and so it's going to be another retake. Galaxy Racer, they could actually lose this one.
Yes. They're not even in good position. There's nano swarms on the spike right now. It's planted all the way for long. They're really going to have to work hard to take them all out here. It's C. The post plan is just really difficult. And Stray is still sharp, takes on Ivory, but Aya, as you can see about it, pops her Empress, is starting to push the smoke. It's gonna try to go to shoot these tracers again. Gonna go for Casper, but Britzy is gonna shoot her down.
Player standing.
Mikasi, is she gonna stick this?
So close, no cigar. Just a little bit unfortunate. I think the push might have been a little unnecessary, but it was worth a shot anyway. That was a little bit too close for comfort here, but GXR, man, they don't take that round, and Asteria, they hold on for one more. 3 rounds now separate them, but another overtime. It's been a close game all night long, and if this is any indicator on how the rest of the weekend is going to go, we are in for a treat, man.
Yeah, it's every single game has been so close. A 14-12, a 13-10. Now we're at 12-9 already, and both teams are really playing their hearts out here. GXR playing a split person C hold again. They don't know that Mikasi's in that corner because they're not really checking it. Sway dashing in, and Mikasi being the one to hold this again kills Stray's ultimate. She teleports across, and this is the break that GXR need. Maybe Alaka a bit low, but they're actually reading Asteria here. Aya with the flanks gets one, gets two. This is exactly what GXR wants. 5v2 right now. Shrey does take Aya down. It's a 4v2. Shrey, taking Mikasi down though.
Wow.
It's starting to look
Shrey
dangerous.
being absolutely crucial right there for her team. Now there's hesitation. Now there's doubt that has been sowed into the minds of GXR. Are they going to really commit to A? But they finally actually do. Have everybody rotating. Watch Ray! Finds the kill on Aluka. Absolutely disgusting. My team remaining more than right now at this moment, and she gets an ace to come back into this. And what a way to come back, and what a beautiful play here.
No charges left.
That was definitely an FSL ace if I've ever seen one.
That was a miracle. Like I was saying that everything was going GXR's way until Shrey. The Shrey just happened, and then she has 31 kills right now. Like that ace This is definitely GXR's timeout. They need to get match point. They would not want this to go to overtime. And right now, they don't have the economy to win this round. So they just want to slow Asteria's momentum down a little bit. Go for this pistol round. Maybe win it on the 24th round, 13-11. But right now, GXR, they need to figure something out.
Yeah, definitely. They're, I think, stalling at this moment. They're in the middle of the freeway, calling for help. They don't know what to do because they are currently being just outgunned by Shrey, who is a mad woman at this point. Just
She's like a freight train. She just held W that round.
unchained.
Yeah.
Exactly.
just-
Held W and left click and okay. Yeah.
Was it? I think it was like headshots for everyone except for Trickster. Like she just popped heads there, and that's definitely an ace that will keep Asteria in the game. But you know, we've seen GXR win these pistol rounds as well, so I still wouldn't count them out in this round. But I think they're definitely gearing for the next round.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they'll probably just go for. Yeah, they'll write this one off as a loss. Maybe try to get a couple of kills in. But then, as I say this, I got past this first. Really hard last time here. But will they expect a? They know where she is. Only gets one, and not even that. It's just the ultimate of the Phoenix. Sway goes down very low though, so that seaside completely open. They do have control over Garage still, but does it matter at this point? No, probably not very much.
Sway is really low. I think they have enough economy in the side of Asteria to make it. That's really the big
Last player
round.
standing.
And everyone's just gonna die in a second. In Garage there. Muffin Loop takes 2, Sway takes 1 as well, and we're down to match point still for GXR, but this is the hardest match point that they've had to win.
Yeah, well, definitely
probably play
very,
some
very
stars
tough
in
for
the
both
astral
of these
plane.
because we might go to another overtime. 2 overtimes today, potentially. We already saw an overtime in game number 1, but this could be another in game number 3. It's just the game that keeps on giving, Key. I think we've seen some fine Valorant, and I don't think either of these teams are ready to give it up just yet.
Yeah, and it's really crazy. I just both teams are really playing their hearts out here, and I think that's really exciting to watch. They tried to shuffle things around though. Baby Alica with the aggressive push gets spotted by the turret though. Jumps around a bit. Casper, they're gonna create a little bit of damage, and Baby Alica is kind of stuck here. Aya is gonna bail her out. Gets taken down, but the showstopper is gonna get a kill onto Casper. Straight is still there, so Baby Alica will still get stuck here.
Careful now.
The hot hands being used to flush her out, and that's a headshot from Shrey rather, onto Baby Alica. It's down to a 3v3. Everyone's still in full health.
Yeah, the Sway Shrey combination just doing that 1-2 punch and getting that control towards A right now, and it's a guessing game as to wherever they can be. It's gonna be towards C, however, as Sway will hope to lead the charge. There is an AWP available if they so elect to use it. I don't imagine that they will at this point right now, but Mika C has been very dangerous here. How will she address
timing.
this challenge? Oh no, the timing gets
30
just
seconds
doesn't fit
left.
it right now, and yet again
Careful now.
Shrey with the entry frag. Mika C going down, unable to do any damage. They needed at least 1, but still in this 2v3 anything is possible. No smoke, so the C long play is definitely going to be very dangerous. What can
One
they do?
enemy
Ivory
remaining.
with the flag able to get 1, but Shrey again holds the 2 of them down, and another ace from Shrey.
Switching sides.
I
Overtime.
don't believe what is happening right now. Shrey is really pulling out all the stops and sending it to overtime. This is second overtime of this series. These two teams are really neck and neck, and Shrey pulling out 2 aces from her sleeve, and wow, I just don't have any words for this right now. It's just she's so sharp.
Placing
And-
sentry.
That didn't look good for Asteria. They got a 2 for 1, but Shrey made sure that Baby Alica was locked down there, gets the frag, and finishes off with yet another ace to send it to overtime.
Yeah, 2 aces, man. Back to back. Holy moly, what a way to bring this team. Well, not back. Yeah, but like still, what a way to come back into this game. This could not be any closer to the second overtime. How many will we see? You know, the longest Valorant game I've ever seen in my life actually here in FSL, and it was in 8 rounds of overtime that I saw.
8
Back last year. Yep, 8 rounds of overtime.
That's absolutely insane. But GXR are still on the attacking side this time. Let's see if they can. You know, they were playing defense just now. Let's see if they're ready to attack. B looks really open right now, and it seems like they want to go for that, but they're falling back right now.
Shadows traveling.
Yeah, let's see what they can come up with here. Going to B this time. They have a good inkling of where they will be going here. At least somehow manages. But can they do even hot? So we'll kind of go on to B side. It's very, very much a tough ask here. They're vulnerable from so many angles unless they can do something about it, though. But yet again, making magic happen, getting kill after kills in a row yet again. Now 73 HP is able to heal back to full. It's a 3v5, and GXR, they are pinned. They are pinched into the site, and they hold on to the spike right now.
One enemy remaining.
Where he is. Teleport not too far until she gets taken down, and that's another retake done here for Asteria. They lead the charge, and they're closer. One more round until they secure this best of 3 series.
They're just streaking right now. Asteria's like
Switching sides. Match
we
point.
talked about one side being one-sided. Like it was 8-4 for Galaxy Racer, and now it's Asteria's turn to make a comeback here. 13-12 right now for Asteria and Galaxy Racer. I'm not sure if they've recovered from the mental fog from the previous rounds, and especially Shrey getting those 2 aces. That's really demoralizing.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, because there's
Revealing area.
there's not really much you can do if Shrey is hitting her shots like this. It's just unstoppable. There's force to be reckoned with right now, and so they will have to pull out something rather magical if they want to get through this here. But if they want to force a second overtime, they know what they got to do. They got to find that kill onto Shrey. They just got to get that one player, and I feel like it'll be much the simpler task.
Yeah, they really need to take her down. Like she's just doing too much for Asteria, and Aya takes Muffin Loop down. This is what they need. They might just send it to a second overtime, getting their first frag. But if they let go of the C side, they actually have 3 players on C. So I think Galaxy Racer are starting to read Asteria a little bit.
Yeah, what a headshot right there. Just getting the timing onto Trix, absolutely insane. Now it's 12-13, and they are rotating towards A. Again, this is the round that they need if they want to win here. They have managed to deploy a smoke towards short.
30 seconds left. Spike down A.
Much. Aya getting 2. That's
Last
2
player
big kills
standing.
before she goes down, leaving Casper all alone. Mika C here is able to get onto Shrey. That is the kill that they needed for V1. They cannot mess this up. They cannot make a mistake here. 14 seconds left. This is very much
10 seconds left.
do or die. 10 seconds. They just have to stop this plant here. They've done it. They've done it 100%. Alpha is able to take that kill. We're going to overtime number 2.
Yeah, second overtime, and
Switching sides. Overtime.
wow, I don't know. Like Shrey is just really strong. She's almost at 40 frags. But GXR, everyone's stepping up here. Mikasi really taking Shrey down here. Like sometimes she'll just randomly show up and then just mows everyone down. I feel like she is always in that position where she's just there to surprise Asteria. And in the second overtime, let's see if they can actually eat this out. But both teams are really playing their hearts out. Neck and neck, 13-13. Let's see who's gonna take this round.
Yeah, well, it's again, they're gonna have to start digging deep, digging into the very backs of their playbooks if they want to have a chance. But oh, they spot out Alaka. Gets caught off here, and Trey looking for that punishment, but the Pain Shell slows her down. So Garage Control relinquished for the meantime, as Mach Control towards C is being garnered. And they're actually holding 3 strong just outside C. Happy to go for the take, but nice. Beautiful pixel perfect headshot right there on the swing. Alaka's able to open things up yet again, and Shrey's looking for another opportunity here. Could she get the timing once more? Trix actually finds another kill with a shock dart onto Casper here, and it's a 3v5. 5. They cannot mess this opportunity up. They have everything they need. All the utility, all the timings, all the smokes that they need. They even have a paranoia still available if they can hold on here. Shrey is able to get one onto Aya, falling back onto Garage. Now they know where she is. This is still a very, very good chance for Asteria right now. Shrey's unstoppable up until Ivory
Last player standing.
Yet again, GXR to hold on, and they have the advantage. One more round for them, and they take this game.
Switching
Just
sides.
flip-flopping back and forth, but that's
Match
40
point.
kills for Shrey already. Still has a slightly above 2.0 KDA. Like, Shrey is really showing up here. And Aya's no slouch either. 29 kills, 10 assists. Both teams are just really showing up. And GXR are at match point this time, but, you know, I could see us going multiple overtimes here with how close these teams have been.
Will this be the new record here at FSL? Mind you, the record
8.
again, 8. Take flight. Maybe 8. We're at 2. We are at 2. So I wouldn't get ahead of ourselves right now, but we are at 2.
Yeah, Aya getting those opening frags on the defending side has really worked out for her, but she's kind of like switching things up. Sometimes making it faster, sometimes making it slower. Trying to get Sway, but she dashes out. Tries to go for Sway still, but gets shot through the smoke. The tracers are on for her gun, but Sway has a phantom, so you can't see the tracers coming out there. That was a bit greedy of her, and Muffin Loop takes on Ivory, and it looks like Asteria are geared to send this to another overtime. 5v3 right now. Baby Aluka is still up. Mikasi is still up as well. The spike is going to go into A though. Sway taking on Baby Aluka. Now it's down to a 2v5. Muffin Loop is going to get shot down by Mikasi, who's stuck behind. And Shrey is going to wait in the smoke. Mikasi does not expect it. Shrey gets a headshot there. Great timing by Shrey there. And they're going to take down Trix as well. And it's going to go to overtime number 3.
Going up.
Switching sides. Overtime.
That was
Wow. What?
that was a push.
Oh. All right. Well, 14-14. Round 3. This is 3. This is 3 out of. It could have been 8. So we're getting there. We're getting there, ladies and gentlemen. Third overtime.
Yeah, it's gonna be the third overtime, and it's just really so close. Both teams. Yo, I don't know where they get the energy. Like, I'm glad this isn't a best of 5 because I think we're gonna go overtime in 3 out of 5 maps at least.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that as we get closer and closer to the what could be the final few rounds. Well, then again, I said that like 6 rounds ago. But who can come up with a magic moment to break the deadlock? We are here at a standoff. It's an impasse. And neither of these teams truly have the answer right now. Sway might have been spotted out here. No, they don't know. Ivory. Oh, this was very awkward. It's awkward indeed. As Ivory goes down and so does Muffin Loop. Going down to Trix, but Trix is here. She stepped up. He could be the linchpin. They let Glenn win this round, but still on the other side, Shrey has been
Watching here.
on still not letting things go. Holding very, very firmly, making sure that they don't lose out in this one. That for the timing.
Last player standing.
Now, Shrey finally going down. Mikasi takes her, claims the scalp here, leaving it all up to Casper in a 1v2. Has to come up huge here again. This is the third overtime.
One enemy
Bring
remaining.
to another one, and look at that, beautiful onto Trix, who just peeks out of the corner. Casper right here, 41, and they take that loss. Mikasi's better at that duel. 15-14, GXR yet again take the lead.
Switching sides.
This
Match
game,
point.
this whole series has definitely been delivering, and like I said, it's right now Asteria playing through Shrey. Like she doesn't get the frags there, she gets shut down by Mikasi, who honestly is really playing the way Owen is kind of like in character. She's always sneaking up the back, sometimes from the side, and you just see her get those frags and really took down Shrey there, not letting her get any frags from her team. Trix showing up, like you mentioned, with that Hunter's Fury, getting the double kill as well, entering the side. And now it's back to Asteria on the attacking side. Shrey, really, if she gets those kills, remember, Phoenix ult is I think, is it the only one that left? Phoenix ult and Empress, the 2 ults that kind of like still need 6 orbs to work out, is just so easy for her to get those frags and use that ultimate in these overtimes.
Yeah, well, another overtime. Here we go. Trix here with the shock dart. Well, she be able to get the pick that she needs? She got punished from this angle last time. Will she be able to win the duel this time? Nope, it is not going to be the case. They're going to be mollied off the angle. Got entry here, flash coming out right here, but it's going to be straight to take that trade onto I. Have secured a little bit of control towards A, but they haven't dealt with Mikasi, who is onto that A side yet. The spike is going to be identified. Aluka gets one. They know
Spike
it's a fake,
planted.
but they know that Drake
One enemy
Spike
remaining.
is
Ultimate
towards
ready.
A, though,
Player
and the double
standing.
peek is good now, bringing us to a 1v1. They double peek Trey. Now it's leaving all up into the hand of Britzy. Has not exactly been phenomenal this game, but still has the advantage, has the information. Nobody's on site just yet, but Trix has been deadly on these 1v1s. Has won most of the 1v1s that she's come up with right now. Could be for the half. Oh, she goes for the push towards A long, gonna go for that check, make sure nobody's there. And that's gonna give them the idea that she's probably most certainly
Concentrate, Sova.
towards
Yes.
is able to close it out. What a win, what a pick-off right there. And that's going to be Galaxy Racer winning by the hair of
Defenders
their
win.
chinny chin. An amazing run from Galaxy Racer and Trix with a... How is this not poetic justice? That Trix gets the victory in a 1v1 clutch. Exactly.
That's the one in her name. Those 1v1s, she really lives for those clutch moments, and she's really showed up here. Like, might not be the top fragger for a team, but she's been the clutchest player for a team. And GXR eke out this victory on this is a triple overtime. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't break the record of an 8 overtime, fortunately or unfortunately. But both teams are just so close, and it's just absolutely amazing to see this level of competition. This is the first series of the tournament of these playoffs, and we're just gonna see higher level games from here onwards.
Yeah, well, an amazing run here for both of these squads. We have gone the extra mile and then some. 21,000 damage rather, for GXR and 20.8k on Asteria. Both of these teams really showed us what class, what finesse that they had, but in the end, Galaxy Racer, it came down to the wire. It came down to the shots, to the Sova, the clutcher, Trix, clutching numerous rounds for her team to take us over the finish line and securing that victory. And we take a look at the stats now, the MVPs. It's Aya, who's on the top with 29 kills and a staggering 43 kills from Shrey.
Yeah, 390 combat score. The best games that I've seen in high level play is really 400 plus. She's really close to that, and she really showed up here. Muffin Loop kind of dropped down a little bit, and that GXR really eked out this victory. Like little by little, everyone's stepping up, and it's just really amazing to see like everyone stepping up on the side of GXR. It was also really amazing to see on Asteria Shrey with those aces were just really ridiculous. And you know, many of the games we played today, we are going to take a look at the brackets just to see how the games have transpired on the other matches as well. So this was just one of the 4 matches, right? There are 8 playoff teams, everyone playing a best of 3, and I believe ours is the longest one. I mean, that's perfect, you know. For production, we have all the results right now because these games really went a mile and a half, and it's just absolutely insane. So we see GXR advancing, AE Celeste advancing as well. Kid My Org actually took a game away from AE Celeste. Oasis won against Arikat Aresta, and Impaler won against the AE. So we're gonna see more matches tomorrow. And you know, if this was just the first match that we're actually watching, what's gonna happen tomorrow?
It's gonna be a crazy weekend, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna be so much fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's been an amazing time. What a series that we witnessed. I cannot wait to see what GXR does, how they do against Celeste. It's just going to be so much of a fun time here, and we're expecting more of that tomorrow, same time. However, we do have to go for now. But before we go, any last thoughts there, Key?
I think, you know, since we last watched these teams, I think they've changed. Like the level of play has absolutely increased from the last time we've seen these teams. We're normally seeing like one side winning by a little bit, maybe 13-7 scores, but all 3 games in this series really made it up there, like double digits for both sides, single overtime, triple overtime. It's just absolutely insane, and I really want to watch all the way to the grand finals. And I hope you guys want to, because we are gonna cast, we are gonna watch it over the weekend. Please make sure to check out the schedule, because it's gonna be best of threes all the way. And the grand finals will be a best of 5 as well. The first for FSL since we changed the format. Again, this is the Valorant Game Changer Southeast Asia. We're featuring the women of Valorant, and they have absolutely been delivering. That was the first series. I'm just gonna say we haven't even watched the defending champions, AE Celeste. We're gonna watch them later in this series. I'm pretty sure. Later in this tournament, I'm pretty sure. One way or another, we're gonna watch a game from them. And wow, that was just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, 100%. Well, you said it all, man, but I can't wait. We still got more of the tournament coming up right here. We're playing for over 25,000 US dollars when we get to Elite, but for now we're competing for 5,000 US dollars. So happy to see how supported these female players are here. It's staggered. You know, this is just so important for not just for women, but for the community in general. I think supporting everybody, supporting all kinds of people, and everybody, the entire population, this is just so important for the growth of the esports scene. We will be seeing not just better women players, but better players in general because of what's happening here at FSL. And I'm so happy to be a part of it. And I know everybody who's watching is a supporter of this too. So thank you very much for supporting this, whatever we're doing here at FSL. But for now, we do have to take a break because tomorrow we got more action at FSL, and we got to rest after that triple overtime and those overtime series. So for the last time today, my name is Illustrado, and I've been with KeyCast. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor, but it's been a good game and good night. We'll see you tomorrow.